We're going to diagnose several saws. I spent Friday and Saturday and half of today in bed trying to recover from the work I did last week, so that's why I was unable to go live for you guys on Friday. So I figured I would just go ahead and do a live event today. Sundays we usually don't get much of a crowd in here. However, I just figured we'll go live for a while. Could be a couple hours, don't know. And I'm just going to diagnose these saws, go over the whiteboard with you guys, tell you what projects we got going on, and tell you how much money I'm owed. I don't know what it is right now, but customers, all but one, seem to not want to pick up their chip. And I've got several $100s due to me right now. The saws we're working on today are for our neighbor Terry. He and a couple of other gentlemen brought me 7 saws total. They have a bunch more they want worked on, but I only allow them to leave 7. I typically only allow a customer to leave 3 pieces of equipment at a time, because the problem is if they leave 10, well, then I've got to get all 10 fixed usually before I get paid, and I can't do that. And that's the issue with Terry right now. I was informed that, once a couple of pieces of equipment were finished, that they would pick them up and swap it out for some more. And then when I told him his second saw was finished, he told me, well, we'll come pick it up when everything's done. And I expressed to him that that's probably not going to work. The reason being, what did this go to? Did this go to the 41? I might have to call Grady real quick and see if, this is not a Husqvarna. What did you come off of? This might be off of his 41, damn it. Might have to call Grady and see if he's got a clutch cover on his 041 he just picked, or his Husqvarna 41 he just picked up. So let me do that real quick. Because I think this does go to his 41. I can't recollect. Like I said, you guys, just an informal event. You guys can hang out if you want. I'll try my best to follow along with the chat as I work on this one. Hey, Grady, does your Husqvarna 41, does it have the clutch cover on it? Can you look for me? Because I've got a clutch cover on my bench. I don't know what it goes to. I'm wondering if it's for your saw. I'm doing a live event on YouTube right now, neighbor. I'm going to diagnose some saws if you want to check it out.
Yeah, it's got the cover.
It does? Okay, well, what the hell does this go to? Oh, it goes to this Echo. Okay. All right, neighbor, I appreciate you. We'll see you. That's the only guy picking up his shit right now and paying his bills. Well, he paid for 1 piece of equipment, but I let him take a string trimmer because he's dropped off a couple more saws, and so the labor he owes me on that string trimmer is far less than what the saws are worth. So for Grady, we've got this EFCO, real heavy saw. I don't particularly like the weight of it or the way it looks at all, and he wants me to port that muffler for him, so we're going to do that. And then also he's got an MS-180 that he says is not running right. So we're going to diagnose that. But like I said, we're going to start with Terry saws, because right now Terry owes me several $100s on his other equipment. And I've got 5 more saws. We've got an 034 Super on the bench right now. He's got 3 026s. And then they brought me a Husqvarna 372 XP clone. I guess they bought 2 of them. One of them works great, and the other one they can't get tuned in right. And that's what I tell you guys all the time. On aftermarket, the Chinese, if it's not Highway or Meteor, any aftermarket parts you get, or saws you get, carburetors you get, top ends, carburetors, and whole chainsaws. If you buy 100, 50 will work and 50 will not. And so my theory is, his other saw works great, this one doesn't work at all, doesn't run right at all. My theory is it's probably got an issue. So we're going to do vacuum pressure test on that at some point. But I don't know when. Right now, we're just going to start with this saw. We're going to diagnose it, see what it needs. We're going to keep notes, and then based on, if it needs something major, we'll call our neighbor and let him know. If it just needs service, we'll go ahead and service it. And then next, we'll start on his pile of 026s. Like I said, he's got 3 of them. One of them, he told me, you got to hold your thumb over to the carburetor venturi, where the air filter is supposed to block off to get it started, and then it runs fine, apparently. But if you have to do that, something's wrong. And I got to order 026 air filters because I don't have any. Okay, so that being said, neighbors, I'm going to turn you down to the bench, okay? And we're going to get our asses to work. Okay, there we are. You guys can see okay. Can I back you out any? Will it let me? It will not. So that's the view we get. That's what I can do, okay? And I'll open this one up. Oh, by the way, whoever's here, I see we got a few people. Can you guys go ahead and hit the thumbs up? And go ahead and let me know who's here in the comments. I suppose I can send out a mass text again. If I can find it. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to put unlive. That's it. Simple as that. Here we are. And then I'll go here. Switch this account. Go to my other account. Live right here. No, that's not the right one. But we'll go to that. Turn the volume down. Close that. Go to my channel. Close that. Are we on the live? Let's see. Yes, we are. Okay. Here we are. So I'll watch that. Try and keep an eye on the chat as best I can, you guys. Tell me who's here. Go down in the comments. Tell me who's here. Yeah, we got several people here and only one thumbs up. So you guys go ahead, please hit the thumbs up. And then go in the comments and tell me who's here so I know. Got to know who my loyal members are that are watching all my lives. I love the people that have nothing to do with chainsaws that watch my channel and they watch my chainsaw videos even though they don't like chainsaws just because they say they like me. That is real humbling. It's makes a guy feel real good when people say that and they watch my channel even though they don't do chainsaws. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this tag out of here because you guys know how I am. I apparently like to share all my customers' information with you. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on his clutch cover. He has a 25-inch bar and chain on this one. And I forget what he said. Just to my knowledge, it hasn't been run in a while. Let's see. It does not start. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig in, neighbors. You guys go in the comments. Tell me who's here. Damn. And it looks like we're going to have nightmares already. Oh yeah, look at that beautiful air filter. I gotta go get air hooked up, neighbors. I forgot that. I'll be right back. Okay, there we are. A nice leaky air hose. And all his saws are filthy. I mean, just filthy. So, going over the whiteboard, even though you guys can't see it, Grady was the one I just called. And he does owe me $70 on his string trimmer, but it wasn't complete. I let him know his 41 was done, and he asked if he could pick it up today. I said, sure, neighbor. I've got your 128 trimmer on the bench right now. And the guy even paid me to fix one of his Walmart trimmers. The recoil was broken. He paid me $50-something to fix it, even though it's only like a $120 trimmer. I was kind of surprised. I told him, I said, right up front, I usually tell people on the Walmart branded trimmers and stuff that my shop minimum is $50. So in my opinion, a lot of times those are not worth having work done on them. I don't see any chat. You guys go down in the chat. Tell me who's here. Let me know. Okay, tank is empty. That's nice. Adam Hayes. Wonder if he's going to be able to make it. I don't know if he's working today or not. Okay, fuel line feels okay actually. So, I usually like to take these through the other way. We're going to go ahead and get our carburetor off here. Let's see here. Our choke is working. Everything works there. So, go ahead and take our carburetor off. Don't see no chat, neighbors. Where you at? Come on, tell me who's here, damn it. Don't leave me in the dark, neighbors. Okay, unhook our fuel line here. Oh yeah, that beast hasn't been taken off in a while. Okay, and then our fuel line, or our throttle. On the 038s, I honestly don't know. Do we have to take our trigger guard out or not? Ah. There we go. Okay, there's that. Our grommet stuck to it. Stuck to it good. Wow. Yeah, she's on there. I almost guarantee 100% the carburetor needs rebuilt. It looks like somebody had a gasket on there. Yeah, there was a gasket. Some of these saws did come like that. It's weird, some of them have the gasket and some of them don't. I still don't see no chat, neighbors. Who the hell's here? Is it because I can't see it on this phone? Is the chat coming up over here? All messages visible. There we go. Chris. Hey, neighbor Claude. Hey, neighbor Idaho. That's where Rob Weaver is. Idaho. Excellent. Okay. And it says we got 7 people here, so I should see 7 thumbs up. Damn it. And I should see. No, cancel. I don't want to stop. I should see. Right, Diffenthaler Outdoors. Hey, neighbor. My name is Roy Diffenthaler here in North. Well, hey neighbor, right? You're in the north. Whereabouts in the north are you? I wonder why my chat's not showing up on here. How do we fix that, neighbors? Let's see. Live chat. There we go. Now I can watch the chat. What saw are you working on tonight? I'm looking up 026 fuel tanks. Chris, I have an 034 Super right here, and then I've got 3 026s for the same guy that are down there on the floor. And I know it's not, if you look in any service manual, it always tells you that air leaks are the last thing you should look for after you've eliminated all the fuel delivery and everything else. But for me, I like to go ahead and check if a saw has an air leak while I'm diagnosing it, because that way I know if it doesn't have an air leak, I know that if I go ahead and service it and tune it up and it doesn't work, that we have another issue. I don't like servicing a saw and then having to go back and take it back apart to do a leak down test or a pressure test. God damn it, I want you to come off, because it just is extra work for me. So I like to go ahead and eliminate the possibility of air leaks right away. Okay, let's get a T27 on our drill here. Again, you guys, I don't recommend impact. I'm gimped, I'm disabled, that's why I use the impact. Okay. I should be using this, keep our stuff together here. Got some stuff to take out of it that needs homes. I'll put that in my bin. I have a bin on my bench that when I have random stuff come up, I throw it in there. And about once a month, I try to organize it. Okay, there's that and that. Our grommet. Our muffler bolts. Whoops, wrong drill. I'm looking up fuel tanks because I accidentally put a hole into the tank from a buffer screw. Oh, that sucks, Chris. I've had to use a JB plastic weld a couple of times on tanks, and it actually worked. If you're able, wherever you put a hole in it, if you're able to use some plastic weld and put that screw in. Oh yeah, this thing looks good inside. Wow. It looks real nice inside, you guys. Let's see if you can see. Let me get a light, see if I can show you. Our piston looks really nice. Okay, can you guys see it? Looks good. That's just oil down there, but the piston still got machine lines in it and everything. So even though this saw is filthy dirty, I think it's a low hour saw. Why won't my light turn off? Damn it! It's one of them days. Everything's gonna go wrong. It always does. It gets irritating when everything goes wrong in my day all day long. Okay, so we're gonna take this off so we can get a block off there. We'll have to remove our muffler gasket, and there's some sort of spacer here. That's new to me. I've never seen one of those before on a saw. Okay, well either way, that's that. go ahead and find us a block off. See if I have one that's cut to that size. I think this one fits this saw. Can't remember right. It does. So go ahead and use this one. It'll work for the God damn it, muffler side. Okay, so we'll put that on and then just snug it up. I don't know if I need that spacer or not, because these screws are kind of long. We'll find out here in a moment. I'm just going to go easy with these screws and see what happens. Damn it. It's going in crooked. I don't like that. It's going in crooked. Yeah, it's going in crooked. That one's going in straight. This one, however, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it at all. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Don't like it at all. Let's see what's going on. Got some damaged threads here, it looks like. God damn it. Yeah, it gets real tight. Yeah, that is, I am not liking that. I'm just kind of trying to recreate the threads. They might have just been dirty. There we are. Now, let's try that again. Hillsboro, Alabama, near Decatur, Alabama. Our name is pronounced Defenthaler. Defenthaler. Thanks. Defenthaler. Oh, guten Tag, German, da? Guten Tag, right, Defenthaler. Alabama, Decatur. You're not too far from me. Crayus. I got some Durco sealing it, but if I have to take it apart in the future, I don't need it shooting fuel at me from the inside. Yeah, I understand that, Crayus. Chris, I know you've told me your actual name before. Can you remind me? This has 2 gaskets on it. I'll be damned. This is a fascinating setup here on this muffler. I don't know that I've ever encountered that spacer and 2 gaskets before. I wonder if that's something somebody else did. Well, either way, let's go ahead and get this bitch blocked off. Check this old ass saw for air leaks. I did look, we do have space for our screws to go all the way in without that spacer. So we'll just snug that up. Okay, and I've got a, let's see, where's our impulse on this one? Okay, it's formed up there, so this block off should work. Let's see. It's very close, but it should work. I don't like this gasket being on there though. Not quite sure. Again, sometimes I see these on the older steels and sometimes I don't. And I can honestly say I don't know if they came stock with an intake gasket like this on a rubber boot. It doesn't seem like it should, if you ask me. The rubber boot itself should be your gasket. So we're probably going to have to take this boot off to get it cleaned. I don't know yet. Don't like it though. Okay, let's give this a whirl. I think we might end up with an air leak right at the top there. Find out. Samuel Richardson. Hey neighbor, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up, neighbor. I'd really appreciate it. Samuel, where are you from? How long you been on the channel? I don't recognize your name, neighbor. Okay, let's give that a whirl. We'll get our mighty back. See what we've got going on. Go ahead and do pressure first. And we're not getting anywhere, which means we have a big hole somewhere. So where's my soapy water? I'm going to have to make more soapy water. I did you guys dirty. I'm going to have to go inside for a minute. Okay, I'll be right back, neighbors. Okay, just hang out. Don't go nowhere. I've got to go get us more soapy water. Okay, sorry about that, neighbors. I have a tendency to over-tighten bolts. Yeah, me too, Crayus. A bad tendency. Samuel, did you mention where you're from yet? Yeah, it is. I wasn't able to block that impulse off, so that is where our leak is. So, here's what we're going to do. I have another block off that I think will suit us better. Let's check this one or this one. Yeah, that might suit us better. We'll get a couple of collars here. I use wrist pins as my collars on these. Okay, that's not the right size, nor is that. I just put two of these back, damn it, that worked. Thought I did anyways. Okay. Sorry, Adam, I cannot read your message. Actually, I probably can. I'm not sure how to chat on live. Adam, if you're watching, you just go down in the comments. I know Rob said something about an issue with that too, but you're on iPhone, so I honestly don't know. There should just be a live chat where the comments thing normally is below the video. If you turn your phone vertical to where it's only a partial screen at the top, then you should have the live chat come up. Okay, let's see if that helps block that off better. Still getting nowhere. Still getting nowhere. You know what? I need soap. I didn't put soap in this, damn it. Ah, god damn it. Too many saws on the floor. Don't see my Dawn dish soap. What the hell? There it is. Let's put some soap in this. That ought to help us get bubbles. And I think it is that same spot, though. I like my soapy water to be super soapy. The soapier the better. It's Hayes Richardson. Oh, Hayes, what's up, neighbor? Shit. You never did bring that damn 291 back so I could try and get us a refund on your piston. It's too late now, though. Hayes, how are the 390s running? Has everything been okay since you picked them up? It is. We're leaking at the same spot, you guys. Have you been using the 390s? Is everything okay? I haven't heard from you, so I'm assuming they're running well now. Samuel, is that your name, Hayes? Is your name actually Samuel? Samuel Richardson. Okay, so since that doesn't work, I have one more we can try. And if that doesn't work, we'll have to go through the spark plug and block these with rubber stoppers. And I have this one here that works well on the 028s and whatnot, but this impulse is a little bit different. So let's see if we go, that's going to be the higher end. Well, I don't think we're going to be able to fit it on the saw. That's the problem. This is our handle. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go on this saw. Okay, well, we got some stuff kind of tight in the way, but let's see how that works. We'll have to tighten it down pretty good. Who else is here? I only see a couple of people in the comments and only a couple of thumbs up. If you guys are here, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up to help the video get into the algorithm and to give me my dopamine hits, neighbors. I need you to get me high with the thumbs ups and the commenting. Go down in the comments, tell me you're here. Say something cool or funny or whatever. Okay, let's try that. Oh, well, it helps if we hook it up, doesn't it, neighbors? Okay, now we're getting some pressure. I'm going to go to 7.5 pounds. Come on, Mighty Vac. Get up there. 5, 6, 7. I actually went to 8, but we do have an air leak. I see it leaking down. It's a human error again. Yeah, we're leaking for sure. Don't see human error. I'm going to spray inside the muffler here. We are leaking down. We've already lost 1.5 pounds. Go back up to 7.5 pounds. Check our intake boot here. Okay, don't see no leaking there. The saw is really dirty. I don't see any human error, which means in order to find our air leak, we're going to have to dig deeper. Right now I'm spraying the impulse hose where it hooks to our case. Don't see any bubbles forming there. It's kind of hard to see though because the saw's so dirty. No human error showing. So, I wonder if this has points on it. Let's go ahead and check it out. We'll do our flywheel side first. This is the only bad thing when I have an air leak like this. I hate, sometimes I end up doing this and then I find out it was human error. And so hopefully that's not the case here. Well, I mean, hopefully for my customer it's human error. Because if he has an air leak, well, then his labor goes up tremendously from a simple diagnostics and service to a full repair. Because if you have to replace crankshaft seals, I'll have to charge the proper labor. I'm running them 390s like apes. Awesome, good, good, good. I'm happy to hear they're working well. Ace. Okay, so on this one, I can go ahead and pull my flywheel nut all the way off. And then I have the specialty tool from Steel here. That screws into your flywheel. Okay, you just snug it up, and then this one goes down onto your crank. You can take you a wrench to hold the bottom here. If I remember right, this one's just slightly too small, it is. This one usually fits, but sometimes it's hard to get on there. There we go. So we'll hold that in place with our wrench, and then I just go ahead and use me a 3/4 socket with the drill. Pulls it right off, nice and easy. Here we are, our flywheel's off. Take that off. Get our tool back out. Okay, no points on this saw. So let's go ahead and pump some pressure back up. Oh, knocked my coffee over, such is my life. Don't see any air leak there. Don't see nothing along our seam here. I don't see a human error air leak, at least not yet. Although the 290 with the China top end is weaker than the OEM 390. That's interesting, Hayes, because it's a Meteor top end. It's not a cheap China one. If I remember right, I think we put a Meteor top end on yours. I'll have to look at your invoice. But, no, wait, I didn't have any, and you wanted to go with the China, I think, to get the saw done quicker. I'll look, but if it is a Meteor, it's going to be because Most likely because the rings aren't fully seated and so the saw is not giving you full compression and power yet. And we might have to turn it up a little bit. If you want to bring it over, we can put it on the tack and see where it's at. Bring them both over. It'll only take us 5 minutes to tack them out and find out where they're at, because one might be turned up more than the other. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get down to, and it's unfortunate, like I said, if I do all this work and find out it's human error, well, guess what? My customer doesn't pay for all this. This is just something I do standard for diagnostics, you guys. I like to make sure saws don't have air leaks. It's just the way I am. Okay, that's a 3/4 reverse thread for our clutch. Okay, it's pretty clean in there. He's got a little bit of oil leaking, which looks like his oil hose has been permatexed or something. So we'll pull out this worm gear here and go ahead and give a whirl before we pull the full oil pump. See if we see anything. Spray our screws. Yeah, I'm not finding it. I'm not detecting it, which sucks because that means it's probably human error and I just can't find it. Either that or he's leaking on his crankcase gasket. Now I can't get my air pumped up at all. That's interesting. See, this fucking thing, I hate this hose. I have to cut it every time I use it because it gets loose. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. This hose was twice this length 3 months ago. I hope that wasn't where our fucking leak was. Yeah, now I'm not able to get the air up, you guys. Oh, look, there it is on my fucking attachment right there. I see air leaking. Okay, so we're going to go a different route with this shit. I'm not even going to try with these flanges anymore. We're going to go ahead and remove this flange. It tracks with the China cylinders. That tracks with the Chinese. Yeah, but meteors are usually, I find, Creyas, in my experience, that meteors are oftentimes more powerful than OEMs. God damn. This is my life, neighbors. Everything has to be difficult all the time. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and block this off with rubber stoppers like so. Okay, one there. And then we will get one in our impulse line there. Okay, if I can get it out here. Ah, damn it, of course. Hands that don't work. Okay, block those off there. We'll remove our spark plug and we'll put an adapter on our spark plug. See, regular shop doesn't go through all this stuff for you. They would have just tuned this saw up and started it and sent it on its way, but just because the damn saw starts in your shop, if you don't go out and cut with it, you don't know, you know? You have to cut with a saw after you've done work with it to know if it's proper or not, to know if everything's fixed or not, to know if it has air leaks or not, to know if it bogs in the cut or not. You know, a lot of shops, the owners of the shops don't make wood available to their mechanics. Okay, and I am just snugging this up, but because I'm weak, I have to use the scrunch to snug it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and hook up there. Try this again. And yeah, I'm just not able to get pressure now for some reason. Let's see here. Something's leaking major somewhere. Yeah, I can't get this damn fucking, I can't get this side sealed off for the life of me. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take hemostats on my impulse hose. Okay, to seal that off better. This other one, I don't quite know what the hell to do. And that's in there as tight as it's going to go. And still can't get pressure built up. It's not there no more though. I can't get no pressure built up. We were getting pressure before, and now it's even worse. This is interesting. Can't get no pressure built up. No, it won't take no pressure, guys. What the hell? Oh, you know what? I think I just saw bubbles over here. Let's go ahead and get our fucking oil pump off. Sorry about the language, neighbors. Getting frustrated. I hate when I can't find the damn air leak the saw has, and then especially it builds up pressure, and now all of a sudden we can't get no pressure built up. You know, it gets frustrating. The reason I didn't want to take the oil pump is because I don't know if on this model the screws go straight through to the crankcase. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and get our oil pump up out of the way. Yeah, I can't find the fucking leak, guys. Can't find it. I'm not getting no pressure built up whatsoever. None. I've got no pressure building up at all. Can't find the leak. This happens to me a lot. A lot of times the air leaks just are hiding on me. Can't find it, damn it. Cannot find it. Shit. Cannot find it. I'll be damned. I'm getting pissed off now. Getting real fucking mad now. I hate this shit when this fucking shit happens. The saw was building pressure. You guys saw it. No, it won't. None at all. Won't take any fucking pressure. Let's try and pull a vacuum, I guess. Nope. Nope. She just drops it down right away. Unreal. I mean, it's like something's not even blocked off at all at this point. But I cannot find it. I'm not seeing bubbles anywhere. Nowhere at all. So if there's no bubbles and it won't build up pressure, what's the issue? You know? I don't know where else to look besides the crankcase gasket. I mean, but this son of a bitch was building pressure and now it won't at all. It's just crazy. Trying to find if it was human error on my attachment here, but nothing's presenting leak, but we can't build pressure or vacuum. I don't see air bubbles anywhere, you guys. This happens to me a lot. It's like fathom air leaks that just are impossible to find, seemingly. Okay, see, now we can get more pressure going up, but it's dropping right away. That is perplexing. Leads me to believe it's this muffler block off, but if it was, it should present bubbles. And I can see almost all the block off. Spray on the other side of it. Just not getting it anywhere. Nowhere, you guys. Nowhere showing. Nowhere showing the leak. I'm soaking my fucking bench at this point. Nowhere is showing a leak. Nowhere. We have one, but I can't find it. I'm getting pissed off. There is a bubble. Where'd you come from? See? Gonna be human error, you guys. Human error. Finally got the air leak to present. It's on this block off here. And given no bubble showed on our crankshaft seals, yeah, god damn it. I see I've got a third hole that wasn't blocked off properly, so let's try a different one. That's not the correct size. Again, not the correct size. We can try a slide. I just find with these slides, a lot of times I have issues. So we'll try with this slide, see what happens. Kind of sucks spending this much time to find out. Like I said, this happens to me a lot. The air leak won't present. And so I start taking stuff apart, and then I don't find an air leak. And then in the end, we just spend like 30 minutes on this already. And in the end, I find out my block off is leaking, but it didn't show bubbles before. So that can be very, very frustrating to spend all that time. God damn it. Come on, you motherfucker. This is how it goes, though. Sometimes this work is very frustrating. Okay, there we go. Let's try this again. She's still dropping right down right away. Right away, it's still dropping down. Unbelievable. God damn it. Now it looks like it's below our muffler. You do see bubbles at the bottom. I don't know why this muffler won't seal up, damn it. I'm getting frustrated now. Sorry guys, getting really frustrated. But that's why I decided to go live doing some diagnostics so you guys can see the reality of how much time I put in sometimes. Because I like to make sure I eliminate air leaks. I like to make sure my neighbor doesn't have air leaks in their saw. I don't want them having issues. You know, I have dozens and dozens and dozens of these rubber slides and I can't seem to find them. Kind of crazy. So, let's grab us a piece of rubber here. Try and make a block off that's going to work proper. Okay, so we'll just put this rubber on here. Goddamn nose. Grab a pencil. Mark this off. Okay, and we'll cut that out. We'll make it larger than it actually needs to be. That's not the knife I want. Where is my other knife? Right here. Okay, so we will go. Let me drill my holes first. Don't have the right bit here. Of course, my drill's not in here. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, I gotta go next door. Sorry. This is the reality of it. This is my life. That's why I want to get my other building done so fucking bad. I can do that, but they are good, no complaints. I don't know why this heart is in my fucking way. They are running good, no complaints. Chainsaw Redeemer does great work at affordable prices. Thank you for the service you offer. Thanks, Hayes. I really appreciate that, neighbor. That comment really helps right now as I struggle with this. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry, I gotta go next door. You want in or not? I'm working. I want in. Okay, goodbye. Okay, here we go. Make a hole for our bolt. We want to keep it kind of clean if we can. Don't want pieces hanging off. Now, you notice there's no bubbles at our crankshaft seals right now. However, because this air leak is so strong, it could be hiding an air leak on the crankshaft seals. Old saws that have sit for a long time, a lot of times I do find the crankshaft seals simply need replaced because the saw has not been turned over at all and the crankshaft seals sit there and they get hard, and then as soon as you turn the saw over, it ends up ripping the dust lip of the crankshaft seals. So let's go ahead and cut this out. That should be more than enough. Well, why are you short? That should be more than enough to give us a proper seal, okay? Where is that little spacer at? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this spacer. Well, let's see here. Let me think. No, I'm not gonna. Not yet. If we still have a leak back here, then I'll put it on. Let's try this again for like the umpteenth time. All this time. And this is on me, not my neighbor. He won't pay for all this time I'm spending. He just pays for the diagnostics itself. Okay, and if he has no air leaks, then I know he wants the saw worked on, because if it's just basic service on all of his stuff, he wants it fixed. And so it'll just be my standard labor rate. And I don't up it because I've spent all this time. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that I'm having human error and I can't get the damn muffler block off to seal. Okay, we are still just dropping air immediately. This is crazy. What in the fuck? This is insanity. Now the challenge is, if it's his crankshaft gasket underneath this muffler, I have no way to confirm that. I have no way to block this off. Yeah, it's still leaking at our goddamn muffler seal, you guys. You've seen me. Now I've used 4 different motherfucking seals here, okay? I've blocked this off 4 different fucking ways, and we're still leaking. Still fucking leaking. Unreal. Still leaking so fast. But now I don't see the bubbles at my muffler now. Alright, I gotta turn the AC off. I hear whizzing. This is honestly overwhelmingly frustrating right now, guys. I bet you it's back here now. Yep, see, now it's back here. Can't get this sumbitch to seal off. Just leaking fucking everywhere. Motherfucking fuck. Alright, I need to reassess what I can do here. This is getting to a point that I'm gonna fucking snap. Bear with me, guys, I gotta think. Hey, Justin B. Glad you're here, neighbor. You get to see me fucking work on a saw, and I'm getting pissed off and overwhelmed and frustrated. That's why I figured I'll just go live and see what the fuck happens. So you guys can see, this is my daily struggle. This is what happens to me all day, every day. You'll see me drop tons of shit. You'll see shit just go flying out of nowhere. You'll see me fucking spend an hour and a half trying to find an air leak on my neighbor's saw that I can't even get sealed off to verify he doesn't have air leaks anywhere else. Even with my $40 specialty flange that's for this fucking saw, we can't get a seal. We just can't get a seal. It's kind of crazy. The only other thing I know to try, to do this, I don't like pushing these in that far. And then, let me see. Yup, see? I just go to grab this and all my shit gets knocked off a fucking hook. That's my life all day, every day, neighbors. So when you think you got it bad, just look at my fucking life. Okay? It's fairly snug in there. Now let's use a block off plate. If I can find it. What the fuck did I do with it? Now let's use a flange. Just trying to see which way covers that better. Let's see if that will help seal this off so that we can be leaking at our muffler again. And see, that's the thing. Like I said, just because I don't see bubbles presenting at my crankshaft seals now, I didn't see bubbles presenting back there when our muffler was leaking so bad. So we could still have an air leak at our crankshaft gaskets or seals. And old saws, neighbors, I just see it too often. I'll service the saw and then find an air leak, and then guess what happens? Then I've spent all that time and parts on my neighbor's saw, and what are you going to do? Tell him, yeah, you owe me $50 in parts and $50 labor, but your saw's not running. You know, it's not running right. It's got an air leak. We got to go deeper. And if they don't want to pay for for a rebuild, well, then I'm out that money because they're not going to pay $100 for a non-running saw. My exhaust came apart on my car on the way home from work. I'm working on that right now. Just stripped the flange, so I'm in the scene. Keep pushing, neighbor. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate the encouragement. I really do. Let's try this again. And still, we're just leaking right down. Just leaking right down, neighbors. Just no matter what I do, I cannot get this sumbitch sealed off. No matter what I do. And I can't get bubbles to present. That's the other issue. Why aren't we presenting bubbles if we've got a massive leak like that? I got no bubbles anywhere on my attachments. We are leaking. We are leaking though. But where? God damn it, where? Where are we fucking leaking? Can't find it, guys. My bench is getting soaked here. Holy shit. God damn it! See, now I'm tripping over everything. Fucking hose jumps up at me. I step high enough to where I think I'm stepping over my hose. And then I trip and twist my back. And now my back hurts really bad. That's my life, neighbors. That's my fucking life. Okay, I can't find... See, we're leaking at the muffler again. That's insane. You guys see how many times I've tried to seal off this motherfucking muffler? And it's fucking leaking again. It's fucking leaking, guys. I cannot get this fucking muffler to seal off. That's fucking unbelievable. I mean, I literally cut a fucking rubber to the size I need, and it's still fucking leaking. This is just pure fucking insanity. Pure fucking insanity. Ugh. I'm getting overwhelmed now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Permatex on this. Okay, put it against the cylinder. And we're going to go ahead and open up our carburetor, take a look at it, see how bad it is. Test our fuel line, I suppose. Do the other things that we can... damn it, that's not what I want. Fuck. Well, that'll actually work. Gasket sealant. This is frustrating, but like I said, I can say it 1,000 times, and still, I'm just trying to reiterate. I do not want to service a saw, put it all back together, go to fucking cut with it, and find out it doesn't run right, and then find out it's because I had an air leak at a crankshaft seal. I've seen it happen to me way too many times. That's why I go through this, because I don't like having to go back in a saw, and it's just irritating. Right now, as you guys can tell, I'm so sorry, but I'm very frustrated. When a man works this hard and he's trying this fucking hard, you would think Jesus would help. See, we got all kinds of bubbles right there. It does not look like it's coming from the fucking exhaust, honestly. Oh, so damn dirty, I can't tell. Filthy, vile, disgusting, dirty chainsaw. Okay. Let me see something here. Yep, I'm just making sure our bolt didn't hit our cylinder and crack it or nothing. No, we've got plenty of space back there for our bolt. I wonder if our, trying to think, I see, this is what I hate about not having the metal works. Jimbus, what's up, neighbor? I changed the board today. It doesn't say shipped on your 038 anymore. I wrote down, pull rope handle broken, red. Chainsaw Redeemer ditch dirty. And then, new rope and handle, shipped. So, hopefully you get that soon. And your goddamn 038 runs. Right now, the Chainsaw Redeemer is at his wit's end and about to fucking snap. You guys are going to see me lose my shit in a minute. I don't have metal. You know, in this case, it'd be nice to just cut a piece of metal this size. Because if we have a leak here at our seal, we can't see it. Okay? It's just bubbles coming up from the muffler and we can't tell. We have no way of knowing. And that's difficult to cope with. Because, again, that's another thing. What if his seal, what if his crank or his cylinder gasket is leaking underneath here? And we go and reservice this saw or service this saw, and then it doesn't run right, and I can't get to a way because I don't have metal to cut and make a proper block off. And I'm going to end up, if I have to keep taking these bolts back out, I'm going to end up in trouble. Alright, so let's take a break from that, okay? And look at a couple of other things. We're going to go ahead and test his fuel line here. And to do that, what we're going to do, if we can get this goddamn money back off. Grab the right attachment. What we're going to do is just apply pressure and vacuum to his fuel line and see if it leaks at all. If it balloons or collapses on itself. The fuel filter doesn't look bad. It's good that it had no fuel in it. So it looks like it got stored properly. The bench is a fucking nightmare mess now. Curtis! What's up, neighbor? Curtis said he's going to sell all his shit and come move into my camper and teach me how to port saws. Yep, there goes this fuel line. I hate these. It's so stiff, it snapped. So, we are going to have to replace this fuel line for sure. But this is the thing. Now I'm going to go and put a $7.50 fuel line on this. And, again, what if that seal leaks behind the muffler and I can't see it? So, this saw might end up having to get set aside for now until I can make something to block that off. Or, damn it, Bobby might have a better block off. But all the steels, you use a rubber slide like this. That's what it says to use in the service manual. Okay, his fuel filter is a little dirty, but not terrible. So, we know we're going to need a new fuel line. So what we're going to do next is, we don't have to test our fuel line now. We're going to go ahead and get our carburetor opened up. I cannot wait till I get my other fucking building done, you guys. I'm so tired of the mess, and I'm so tired of running between buildings. I'm so tired of the disorganization. I just genuinely cannot take much more of it. But since I'm a one-man rodeo and get no help from my uncle, yeah, that's what I said, Curtis. It might be leaking at the base gasket. The muffler will hide that spot. I know, that's what I was saying, Curtis. That's maybe you missed that part. Maybe you weren't in here yet. But that's what we were talking about. And that's why I have to eliminate that. But right now I'm struggling with it. And that's why I did a little bit different setup on the muffler there. And we're going to let that gasket sealant just sit for a few minutes and work on other things. So we'll go ahead and get our carburetor opened up here. And see, look how dirty that is, you guys. I don't understand why people let their saws get this dirty. That thing is filthy, vile, wretched, dirty, and disgusting, you guys. It's just vile, disgusting, wretched, dirty, filthy carburetor. Okay, who else here? Can you guys hit the thumbs up? And if you haven't commented yet, go ahead and comment. And by the way, Hayes, yeah, I got to find out if I used a meteor top end on your saw. I can't remember if we waited for one or I think you were in a rush, and so we did use a China one. I just can't remember. Can't remember. Okay, yeah, look how dirty that is in there, you guys. Okay, so these will go into an alternator for sure. This carburetor is just dirty, dirty, dirty. Okay, we're gonna try and carefully get this gasket up without having it stick everywhere. Not too bad. It doesn't feel terrible. It's just the filth, unfortunately. The pump itself, the pump diaphragm itself, it's a little bit stiff, but I mean, a guy technically probably could reuse it, but I don't do that usually. It's cheaper for my neighbor to have me just go ahead and put a carb kit in than to, because if I'm reusing parts and then I have to go back in, well, then I'm charging extra labor. Okay, the seat doesn't look terrible. That Welch plug looks a little iffy. Let's go ahead and take our screws out. Well, alrighty then. Fucking love you, Curtis. So glad you found the channel, neighbor. Okay, that is our high. I believe on this carb they are the same. I think this is a K10HD. No, it's a Zama. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I might not have this damn carb kit. C3A. See, that's the thing. If I have to wait a week for a carb kit, this guy's got 7 saws and he wants to wait until they're all done to pay at once. If I have to wait more than a couple days for parts, he's going to have to come pay up on his saws that are done. And they said they have more saws they're going to bring me. Okay, now here's the problem, you guys. I need to ultrasonic this, but it is horribly, horribly loud on the camera when I run this thing. And so, I'll give it a short bath, but unfortunately it's going to be noisy. Okay, there's that. Let's get a little more, what I do is I put it inside a jar with fuel, usually. Either fuel or like mineral spirits. Sometimes I will use the green clean in a carburetor, but I prefer not to. Okay, so we got the ultrasonic over here. I know you guys can't see, but that's all I'm doing. Let's see my needles. I am going to go ahead and put my needles in the ultrasonic, and then we'll see if we have this carb kit or not. So with my ultrasonic, it comes with this little basket, and I like using it for little parts like that, so that you don't lose them down in the bottom of the ultrasonic. And we can just drop that ball in there. Again, this is going to be loud and irritating, you guys. Okay? I don't know how bad it's going to be for you. Alright, so that was a C13. Damn it, I didn't look at the other numbers on that carb. Shit. I've got to get the other numbers off of it. And I'm going to be live for a while, you guys. I got to get these saws diagnosed. And there might be a couple of times I step out to go grab things or whatever. But again, you guys can hang out if you want. And if you don't, that's cool too. Okay, the numbers are worn off. Son of a bitch. Completely worn off. All I can see is the S4. 840. So C3A. Damn. Do some research there. I have a carb kit for this, I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna have to change my gloves too. So for now, I'm just gonna take them off. Grab this one here, which means I won't be able to see the chat for a moment, you guys. So super. Very nice. Let's see, yeah, RB32, that looks right. Correct on gasket. Gotta look at these real close, it can be deceiving. Damn it. There can be one little hole that's different on these, so that's why I always look real close at the pictures and hope that the person that has been in this before, if there has been somebody, has not put the wrong kit. Okay, so it looks like we need an RB31, which I don't think I have, but we will check. We will check. I don't believe I have an RB31, but I might have just the gasket set for it. And I buy stuff in bulk, so I've got plenty of needles and stuff. Let's see, that's a GND33. That's not going to be correct. That's a smaller carb. Incorrect. No, That's not going to be this one. That's 288. 105 is not going to fit. 105. I don't know what kit this is. It's not going to be correct though. That's quite different. It's RB69. I got a lot of different carburetor stuff, you guys. I can't see the chat right now, so if anybody's saying something I can't see it, I'm sorry. That's not correct. Don't think I'm going to have this carb kit. It sucks. All this carburetor stuff I have, you wouldn't believe how frequently I run into not having the carb kit I need. That shouldn't be in there. That's K2HD. So we are going to have to go on Amazon and order us a carb kit. That's a 188. That is not correct. I do not have the parts we need for this. See, I buy my screens and everything in bulk, you guys. This company, CTS, is really good. They do rate me on shipping sometimes. I can tell they're adding a lot of extra money to the shipping, especially when I order big stuff, or big orders with sprockets and heavy stuff in them. I'll look up how much it would cost, and like the last order, they wanted to charge me like $170 for shipping on my order, and I looked up and it was like $57 for the air freight they were offering me. You know, I told them, I said, listen, neighbors, I know sometimes you got to make extra money, and you add money onto the shipping so you can make more money on the order. I said, but that's not right. You more than doubled the cost of the shipping. And they tried to say me that they tried to justify that I was looking it up wrong and this and that, but people do that all the time, especially on eBay. I don't order from them on eBay, but okay, so we need an RB31, it looks like. The only thing I had to verify left was this gasket here. I'm just looking at the pictures, you guys, to verify all the holes and everything else. That is correct. We need an RB31 kit. I wish I knew what just the gasket set was, because I don't need the needles and everything. And then when I look this up on Amazon, it's going to show me a bunch of carburetors first usually. Let's see. We can get a 2-day here. Now I'm going to verify my parts are right again. That's correct. That appears correct. It's slightly different. However, there's no tab on it right here. Everything else looks correct though. Gasket is correct. And our diaphragm is also correct. Yeah, these might be able to be reused, and so I might go ahead and throw them on there for now while we're waiting on our kit. This is an expensive kit too. To get it quick, it's expensive. See, I could order it and pay $5.89, but the problem is it would take a couple of weeks to get here. It's an RB31. That's an RB39. I wish I knew what just the diaphragm kit is. Let's see if I can find out. What diaphragm kit only matches RB31 carb kit? Of course, it's not going to tell me. Let's see. I have the IPL I could look up, but right now I just don't have the time for it. We're just going to have to pay the extra money. I try to make money on parts as best I can, but when I pay this much, I can't really make money. So, go ahead and order that. And that'll be here Tuesday. And I'm going to plug this phone in. How are you guys doing on battery over here? The chat's way behind. Let's see here. Well, everybody's quiet in the chat. You guys are real quiet. Got a quiet bunch tonight. Oh, a lot of people left too. That's okay. I'm just doing this in case people want to hang out. Alright, now that we've got that done, let's go ahead and see. We'll put all this in a bag while we wait on our carb kit. Okay. That, this ultrasonic has been running 8 minutes. That's more than enough time for that. Go ahead and get our parts out of there. Okay. Use some car parts cleaner to finish cleaning them off. Some air. Come out fair. I definitely prefer them to be more clean than this, but it is what it is. And we don't want any corrosion. They were just in gas, but if this was the green clean I used, then we definitely have to spray them down because otherwise they'll corrode. Okay, there's that. Put all this in here for now. Get our actual carburetor itself out of the jar. Yeah, you guys are quiet in the chat. What's up? Why is everybody so quiet? Supposed to be a loud, rowdy bunch. Let's have a party, goddammit. Okay. Got that set for now. Set that aside. And go back to seeing if we can figure out this damn air leak situation. Hopefully. Damn it. It's frustrating. Okay. Come back over here, Saw. Say, look there, Tenda. Come down here. Jimbus, what are you working on? You said you're busy. What are you working on, neighbor? I wish it was like voice comments. So we could just sit there and conversate. That would be awesome. Okay, this looks a lot better. Okay, so we're just going to watch that for a couple of minutes, neighbors. It looks a lot better now. I don't see our needle moving. So adding that spacer helped us get our muffler blocked off properly. And putting the flange over our rubber stops. And now that we're holding that much pressure, this is where I'll go ahead and verify. Since we're holding pressure, I'll go ahead and spray my crankshaft seals and everywhere else that I can. Make sure we don't have any leaking. It's still at 7.5 pounds. Very good, very good. Now we're holding, you guys. Now we're holding. Excellent. I'm confident we don't have a leak at our crankshaft seals. Fairly confident our crankcase gasket isn't leaking. And normally I'd watch that a little longer, but we're going to go ahead and pull a vacuum. Boy, that went right up right away. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's actually 8 pounds of mercury or whatever it is. 8 inches of mercury. I don't know how they say on the vacuum. It's not PSI though. Make sure that's holding. Just kidding. Tilling some soil. Oh, Jimbus, are you planting some food, neighbor? I've been wanting to make some garden beds and shit here. But because I'm so far behind financially, I haven't been able to do the things that I want to enjoy. One bourbon, that's right, Jimbus, I like it. One scotch and one beer. Okay, I think we're good on our air leak situation, you guys. So, for now, we know what we're going to need on this saw. And I know my neighbor, since we don't have anything majorly expensive, does want to have the saw serviced. So, we need to put in a new fuel line. We need to rebuild our carburetor, which we're waiting on our kit. We'll go ahead and give him a new spark plug. That one doesn't look that great. And then the air filter, we'll see how well we can get it cleaned. Actually, I have a brand new OEM air filter for this saw. And that's another thing. I can throw that in a bag with Dawn dish soap and ultrasonic, and that will help clean it. So we'll go ahead and split this apart with a little screwdriver here or a scrunch. There's a little tab there. You can split it apart. That way the inside is nice and clean, and we can clean it this way. Yeah, this is going to have to go in the ultrasonic. So I'm going to throw that in there for now. I'm not going to turn it on yet, though, because we might have other stuff we need to put in there from other saws. We can go ahead and remove our adapter here. Okay. Go ahead and get our muffler block off removed. Put our muffler back on. Put everything else back together that we can. Our recoil, our flywheel, all that good stuff. You guys see how much time I just put into that? That doesn't increase my neighbor's bill one bit. He's going to pay for a service. That's what he's paying for. Okay? That's what I do. I like to go the extra mile. Like I said, I just hate having to go backwards. All because I serviced the saw and then found an air leak later. Okay? It's never fun. Okay, carefully get this out without damaging our intake boot here, hopefully. I do have a new OEM one I could put on, but that would be at my cost if I damaged it. Okay, now this little pink one, kind of get that one out there. That was a nightmare. I've never had to do that. I've never had to put rubber stoppers behind a flange to seal off a saw like that, so that was kind of crazy. He also needs a new rim spline. His drum is good, but as you can see, the rim spline is trashed. So we will replace that as well. So what I'm going to do right here is I'll go over homegrown tomatoes. Hell yeah. Ain't nothing like them. That's right. Peppers, tomatoes, squash, and zucchini. Hell yeah. That's what's up, Jimbus Gardening. Everybody should be growing their own food as much as they possibly can, because there is literally no nutritional value in the food you're getting from the grocery store. It's just all the chemicals in it to make it last longer and everything. They have no nutritional value. So we have a RB31 carb kit. We paid just over $10 tax with tax on that. Okay, we've got a rim spline. We've got a fuel line. I think I'm going to go ahead and reuse his, he really should have a large body filter in this. I'll ask him about that. I think he should have a large body. So I'm just noting that. I'll ask him what he wants to do. And then we've got, let's see, nothing over there. Muffler's good. These gaskets are okay. Somebody has put Durco on them before, so they probably should be replaced. Yeah, there's not much of a lip left on them. We'll clean them up, and if they leak, then we'll replace them. But for now, we're going to go ahead and try and reuse them. My neighbor's got a lot of saws here, and so I want to keep his bill down where I can. Okay, go ahead and take this out. I almost feel like I should leave that spacer where it is. It's sealed up. And so, if we were to leave that spacer and only use one gasket, I'm not sure why there's two. I've never seen two muffler gaskets on a saw. Oh, Jimbus, I want some chili, damn it. That's not fair, neighbor. I want some damn chili. I love chili, especially when it's homemade. Man, if I had a full garden, I would never cook. The only thing I'd be cooking is my meat. I love going out in the garden and just literally picking the peas and the green beans and the cucumbers and everything and just eating them. I love going out there picking blueberries and strawberries. And that's one of the things I'm working hard toward. I really want to get a garden going, but I just need to make money right now. It sucks because I haven't had time to garden. And it's right now is when I need to be getting my garden ready. So there's that. Nice and cleaned up. Oh, look, that fell off now as soon as I said we should leave it. Okay, but it goes like so. Gasket, spacer. I don't like this setup. I don't know why there's two gaskets. That's weird. Okay. Clean this one off a little bit here. And then, like I said, we'll look closely when we run our saw to see if we're getting leakage here. And if so, I do have brand new gaskets down there this size, and if we have leakage, he'll unfortunately have to pay $15 for these two gaskets because they're $7.50 a piece for me. Okay, there we are. So spacer, gasket, spacer. Clean our muffler up a little bit here. We need to go get some brake parts cleaner from the other building here, so I might have to disappear for a moment, you guys. Like I said, I'll be live for a while, so if you guys got other shit to do, go ahead and do it. And if you want to come back later, great. If you're not able to, that's okay too. Not doing anything special, just trying to hang out with you guys. Let's see. Oh shit, Jimbus, I forget where you live. You're in fuck man, I just sent shit to you and I can't even remember. I literally just sent shit to you 2 days ago and I can't remember where you live. That's terrible. Okay. I'm looking at his oil line here. I really think I probably need to replace it. It's broken right in half. Somebody at one point has done something with the oil line. But it's just torn and cracked. So we need to do the, that's the oil feed tube, not pickup tube. I do not know if I have one of those in stock. I think I just used my last one, but in order to get that out, we need to go ahead and remove this guide plate here. Okay. Whoops, that's a chain tensioner, dummy. Ah, come on, damn it. Of course, my scrunch doesn't fit in there. Go figure. Okay. So we're going to have to order some parts for this saw, it looks like, because I don't think I have one of those oil lines in stock. Like I said, I think I just used my last one. And somebody has put this in so far, it's going to be hard to get out. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, actually, I might be able to. I have in the past made my own tubes as well. But this is one that's got like, yeah, look at that. Look how horrible that is. Just everything to it is just gone. Disintegrated, just completely gone. It's like there's a, I think somebody made this almost. Nope, it's got a spring in it, okay? So, that's the internal of it. And then there would have been the rubber around that thread. Okay, and that's the internal of it. But for now, I'll hold on to those parts so we know what our oil line needs to be like. Okay, go ahead and get this off. The saw is going to have to go aside for now, and we will have to compile our parts, find out what we have and what we need to order. I believe, let's see, we've ordered our carb kit. We've got our fuel line in stock. They don't make it anymore, so it's an aftermarket. Okay. We can put our muffler back on here. Okay. And then we'll have to see if we have our oil line or not, but I don't think I do. And then so then we'll just wait for our stuff to come in, get it repaired, and I'll have to let Terry know that he'll have to pay for some other stuff because I'm waiting on parts for this stuff. And this thing, this side is just this screw. Don't use an impact, you guys. I do it because I'm GIMP. You're going to end up breaking shit if you use an impact, trust me. I just have a good feel for it because I've done it for so long with the impact. Okay, our two longer T25s down here. Ah, get in there. Okay, there's one. Here's our other one. Dirty ass threads. That's not lined up. Let's loosen this back a little bit. Get this lined up proper. Oh boy, the whole muffler needs to go down, it looks like. Yep, damn, that sucks. Okay. The muffler's not sitting right. I'm going to have to put a screw in here to hold it. Okay, that side looks right and that side looks right. Now I'll tighten this bad boy down. Okay, hopefully it doesn't move. Here we are. Let's try this again with our cover. There we are. So we got our two longer screws, as I said, on the bottom. And then we've got these two little really short screws on the top here. Okay, there's that one and this one. And then we know our muffler side is finished. Okay, we'll go ahead and put our flywheel back on, clean this up a little bit for our neighbor. Okay, that's a little bit better. And then I'm going to take a wire brush and clean the coil here. It's really, really dirty. So that way we know we're getting a good contact. Getting good spark. I mean, this saw is just filthy. Absolutely filthy. Poor saw. I'm so sorry, Steel, that your neighbor did you dirty. He doesn't take care of you properly. So sorry, saw. The saw said, no, don't send me back to that guy. He doesn't love me. Okay, there's that. Good enough. Go ahead and get our flywheel. Line up our key. Our key is still in there. It's not sheared at all, which is good. Okay, get that in there. We've got our tool for our air gap here. Let's find our flywheel nut right here. Go ahead and get our 13 mil set up right here. Okay. Okay, there's that. And it should be, I'm just checking this because we didn't remove our coil, but I just want to verify our air gap's good. It seems kind of tight. Let's see here. She's kind of snug. Real snug. It's tight, but it should be good. If not, we're just going to recollect. We'll put a note that the air gap is tight. That way, if we have some running issues later down the line, we know what we're dealing with. Let's see what comments we got. Y'all ain't growing no garden, Matthew. No, Curtis, that's why you got to move here. I need your help, neighbor. Oh, Jimbus, Indiana. That's right. You're way up there. Producer K. I guess I'm a new neighbor to the block. Well, Producer K, welcome to the Shed Shop, neighbor. I'm Matthew, a.k.a. Chainsaw Redeemer, a.k.a. Incidental Auditor, a.k.a. Bipolar YouTuber. Bobby Combs, what's up, neighbor? How you doing? Producer K, I'm crazy. So, you might enjoy it, you might not. I'm a love it or hate it guy. You love me or you hate me. There's no in between. But, either way, neighbor, I still love you. Even though I suck at it. Okay. So, we know this side should be good to go. On our other side, we gotta wait for our oil line. I'm pretty certain, I'm gonna check real quick, but I'm pretty certain I don't have one. And I am gonna have to run over to the other building in a moment, you guys, so I'm gonna disappear for a second, so you guys can take an intermission, go get some snacks, get something to drink, everything else, yada, yada, yada. We will go ahead and put our fuel line in while we're here, okay? And I'm gonna put a large pickup body in, but then I'm gonna tell my neighbor that if he doesn't want that one, I can install the one that was in there. I really think he should have a large pickup body in the saw, not that small one. I don't want him starving his saw. Let's see, that oil line's for 271. That's for the 029 and 310s. Same with that one. Let's see, what do you go to? No, that's not going to work. You're incorrect, you're incorrect. You're for a 391. No, you're for an 044. Okay, so we will have to order our fuel line, or our oil line, unfortunately. And I suppose I better order a couple because I don't have any. So, let's see. The primer button wouldn't work either earlier. Who is that? Hang on, this is Grady. Hang on, guys. I just started this weed eater for this guy, and he's telling me his primer bulb that's brand new doesn't work. But I literally just started it for him right before this live event. It's kind of funny how that works sometimes. Let's see. What up, producer? Excellent, producer. Well, Pittsburgh. Oh, I don't know, neighbor. You got to get the fuck out of here if you're from Pittsburgh. We can't have that shit. Sorry, dude. You got to go. No, I'm just kidding, neighbor. Everybody's welcome here. This is a channel for the misfits, for the outcasts, for the loners, for the misunderstood, and for the crazies like me. Okay, so order. I got to order the oil feed tube. Okay, got that marked out. Let's see. So that means I can't really put my oil pump back on or anything like that. So what we'll do is we've got a container right here for our parts. So we'll put all his parts in a container and set his saw aside with our notes of what needs done and mark it on the board what we got to do, etc., yada yada. And then we're going to move on. He's got 3 steel 026s we need to diagnose. Okay, so we'll have to do that. All this can go in here for now. Let's see. Go ahead and get our, we need a rim spline. So, well, we can grab that later. We don't need it right now. But put his worm gear and his bearings and washers in a bag so we know what they go to. Okay, like so. This came out on my specialty flange. I'm glad I saw that because I do not have screws to replace that. Air filter cover. Top cover. These are for our carburetor, but they're dirty, so we don't want to put them in with our carburetor yet. So just put our carburetor parts here. Okay. Throw his dirty spark plug in there. We already got our inlet needles out for our carb. Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, I was joking, Producer K. Just according to what day it is. Yeah, me too, Curtis. It all depends on the day, right, neighbor? Okay, we've got his side cover here with his name on it. And his number. Okay, we need our guide plate. What did I do with the screw to that? There it is. Got our guide plate here. Why do I have this wrist pin in a bag? I do not know. I got a wrist pin and clips there in a bag for some reason, but I'm going to set that aside. Okay, need some more bags here. Guide plate. This really is the wrong fuel filter for this saw. So, like I said, I'll check with my neighbor, see if he wants to spend the money. Okay, I'm running out of space for saws too. I got so many damn saws, people aren't picking their shit up. And it's starting to get frustrating because Chainsaw Redeemer needs to get paid. Okay, move this 660 for Ace out of the way. Big old fucking behemoth. That needs to go next door. This is my clutch remover condenser, you guys. Clutch remover condensers. Me and my Unc, Grumpy Unc, have had to battle quite a few clutches together with breaker bar. Okay, that goes in there. We'll clean up real quick around where his fuel line goes in, and it sucks. I can't find my seal-all, and I went to the auto parts store today, and they did not have any available, okay? For this fuel line, the easiest way to do this is to put your fuel filter on the saw. Well, I thought these were large. They are. Okay. Put your fuel filter on the fuel line, I meant, okay? And then feed it up through the bottom. Just grab you some pliers, needle nose, okay? And go up through the tank. And feed it through that way. It's much easier than trying to stretch that out toward the cap to get the to get that in. And so I do like to use seal all on that, but I do not have any right now. So I'll try to remember that because my seal all is supposed to come in tomorrow. And as far as this saw goes right now, we will just go ahead and block this off. Okay, just to keep dust out. Keep dust and debris out. And then we'll go ahead and put his new spark plug in. Since we know we're replacing it. Ted Neitzel. Anti-seize, neighbor. Anti-seize. Help make sure our spark plug doesn't leak. Just have to be careful. You don't want this getting down in your cylinder because it's like sandpaper. So we do that. Okay. And when that's been replaced, I didn't even check this saw for sparks, so we better do that real quick. Just so we know. And I went through a lot of work on this saw for what I'm going to get paid on my labor. It's unfortunate, but At least I know my neighbor does not have air leaks that want to come seek, kill, and destroy his neglected steel 034 Super. Okay, do that. Make sure we have spark real quick. We do have spark, that's good. And again, if we have running issues, we can always take our other spark tester to test the actual strength of our spark. And as you guys see, if I pull one thing down, everything goes all over the place. That is my life. No matter what I do, nothing ever works. No matter how hard I try, everything goes wrong. Let's see. How many saws that dude bring you? Right now, Curtis, he has bring me... I shouldn't say I bleed black and gold. Hey, listen, Producer K, I don't really do football anymore. I don't support things. I don't support things that, I'm sorry, this guy Grady, I can't believe he's saying his primer bulb is not filling with fuel. I filled that damn thing with fuel. I primed it right in front of him, started it right in front of him, throttled it, shut it off, started it a bunch of times like I normally do. And I love that when I do that and then a neighbor takes their equipment home and tells me it won't start. It's like, okay, well, you've done something wrong. He's saying the primer bulb isn't filling with fuel at all, but I don't know. Anyways, I used to be I guess I would say I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, but I don't watch the NFL anymore because I don't support it. Because there's millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars being poured into the NFL. And to me, it's just wrong because there's people starving on the streets and there's poor people struggling just to be able to eat a meal. And I just don't support corporate companies like that anymore. So I really don't watch football all that much anymore. But yeah, you shouldn't say you bleed black and gold because even though I don't watch it anymore, I definitely don't like Pittsburgh Steelers. As you can tell, if I'm a Dallas fan, you know why I don't like Pittsburgh Steelers. So, I'm just trying to get a little bit organized here, you guys. I am going to have to run next door and find some of my brake parts cleaner. For now, this saw, we are essentially done with it. His gas cap seal doesn't look terrible, but unfortunately, it's cracked in a couple of spots. And so, we are going to have to replace that. I think I have one right on my bench right here. No, I already put it away. So, I'm going to go ahead and replace that. The thing's brittle and falling apart. If I can get it off. This is one of those things a lot of people overlook. And then when a saw won't run right, they don't realize that little cracking in this can cause your gas tank not to be sealed up. And then your saw won't run right. So let's grab one of those real quick. And that should be probably the last thing we do on this saw for now. Until we get our parts ordered and in stock. That is not the right size. Actually, it is. That thing's just stretched out a lot. I believe this is the right size. Let's see here. Find out once we get it on all the way. It seems a little bit small. Nope, there it is. Okay, that is correct. So now we know our gas cap should seal our tank closed and allow our saw to naturally have equalized atmospheric pressure inside the tank versus the atmosphere outside of the saw. Okay, that goes to our oil pump. Here's our little clip. We do not want to lose those parts. They are expensive to replace. So I need to get a little bag for that stuff. Oops. Yep. This is my life. I bend over and I feel like I just died. Okay, let's see. See you later, Jimbus. Thanks for stopping in. Like I said, I'm going to be here for a while, neighbor. I'm just trying to give people a chance to hang out and see kind of like what the shed shop looks like on a regular daily basis on a regular day. If I'm not recording, this is kind of how it is, you know. Except usually there'd be a lot more breaks, but I can't pause a live event, unfortunately. I can leave it going and say I'm taking a break, but that's about all I can do. And so, go ahead, this saw needs to go aside now. And then I need to go get brake parts cleaner, you guys. Wash my hands. And I'll be right back. Like I said, it's okay if nobody wants to stay. And it's okay if you want to stay. You don't have to say nothing, but it'd be cool if you comment who's here. Get to know each other. Jimbus, neighbor, have a drink. Neighbor, good night. What is that? Oh, super chat. Jim is neighbor. Thank you for the $5 super chat, neighbor. Everyone has their own thing they like. Yeah, that's right, Producer K. And we just got to love each other regardless. Just because we have differences doesn't mean we can't be good neighbors to each other. That's my whole thing. So you like to watch football and like a horrible team. So what? That doesn't make you a bad person. That just makes you have bad judgment on who to like in football. Just kidding, neighbor. I think this throttle goes to my 136 I was working on earlier. So let me set that with its saw. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, but I will be right back. I do have to go, and actually I need more coffee. I do have to go grab a couple of things and whatnots. But next we are going to work on the 026. Let me grab the cleanest one here, and hopefully it's not the one that, yeah, he's got one that says, you've got to hold your thumb over the choke venturi in order to start it. And I don't want to have to do that. Okay, so I'll be right back, you guys. Hang out or go. It's up to you. Yippers, that's right. Okay, ouch, that hurt, but I hear it. Sorry, Producer K. Just giving you a hard time, neighbor. I don't care what team you like. I just don't think we should support these horrible companies like the NFL anymore. Okay, I want to make sure you guys can't see. I've got his name here. Just put that there for now. Okay, you guys, I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. I know this isn't how YouTubers normally do their live events. But you guys know me. I'm messy, I'm raw, I'm real, and I'm honest. And just wanted to hang out with my neighbors if they're available. That's all. Whoever has free time. I just want to hang out with you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, neighbors, I gotta turn the AC back on. It's hot in here. Turn the fan speed on low though, so it's not so loud. Did we lose everybody? No, there's still a few people here. The 271 is a really popular saw, Producer K. I get lots of requests for them, and when I build them, they pretty much sell instantly. It handles the white, ash, black, cherry, and locust just fine. You know, Producer K, I'll have a video on here, neighbor. I'll have a video where I'll show you how to dual port the muffler on that saw, and also the little white, or the little air filter holder, which is also called your intake baffle that the air filter twists onto. I'll show you how to open that up a bit, and I'm telling you, man, you do those two things to that saw, what a freaking difference. Huge difference. I think I gained a horsepower doing that. I think I honestly gained 1 horse. Okay, guys, I'm back. Now we're going to start on this 026. Hopefully we don't have nightmares back pressure testing it like we did that 034. Okay, but I'm going to glove up because he's got filthy, vile, dirty, disgusting saws. Oh, look at that. His chain brake handle is broken. So that's going to be something he's going to need replaced. And I don't know if we discussed that or not. But again, that's like a $40 or $50 part. So I will verify with him before I purchase one that he wants it replaced. I personally don't care if he doesn't want a chain brake. That's fine with me. I mean, I'm guessing you could use the chain brake with this part alone. Well, that might be why it broke. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, one could. It's not going to work as a safety chain brake, but... Okay, so, let's see. I need to find the serial number on this because he's got 3 of them here. I got my brake parts cleaner, you guys. Okay. The serial number is really hard to see. Two, 8, 4. Wow, 234. 234. That is so dirty. I cannot see it at all. Every time I try and wipe it, I get more dirt on it. Okay. 234 409 462. 234 409 62. Okay. Now that we've got that marked down, so we can keep them separate and know what's what. We don't want to mix up what saws are what. We're going to go ahead and debar this. And like I said, you guys, this is just one of those things. I'm doing this live event because it gives you guys a chance to kind of see on the days that I'm working on saws and not doing the construction stuff or doing YouTube editing, or because like right now, usually I'd go in and I'd take a break, eat me a snack, get on my inversion table and hang upside down for a couple minutes to stretch my back out, and possibly edit some YouTube footage, respond to YouTube comments. But this is just slightly different. Just kind of see the process I go through with my saws and how I organize and label things and whatnots. Just to kind of give you guys an idea of what I do. Just so you guys can get to know me a little bit better and I can get to know you better. Let's see. It's okay, I guess, but I don't cut big wood, so it works. Yeah, but if you want it to cut faster, Producer K, I would watch that video. It takes you all of, 15 minutes to do those 2 mods. You can buy a muffler deflector on Amazon, and instead of rivets, if you don't have a rivet gun, you can literally just put 2 little self-tapping screws in there. Let's see what Chevy, what's up, neighbor? Chevy, you want to buy the 064? It's let's see, Producer K. Let me see if I can find the link for you real quick to put in the comments. Hang on a sec. So if I go down, let's see. Oops, damn it. Of course, everybody else's videos will show before mine. We'll have to scroll way down. Here we go. Let's see. Play next, say watch, share. Copy link. Go up here. You're going to see, here we go. I'm going to paste you the link right there. You see that Matthew Grover comment there, Producer K? That's the link. You can click that video to save it and watch it later or whatever you want to do. And like I said, man, you can even make, if you've got the metal to do it, you can even make your own little deflector and spark arrestor screen. Because the ones I used are unavailable on Amazon right now. But you can also go on eBay, and there's a guy that sells, they're pre-stamped out, they're thinner. He has me blocked because he's a YouTuber as well, and he does the same business as me, and I think it's stupid, but a lot of the YouTubers that do saws and sell parts, they block me on eBay, so I can't buy from them. What that tells me, honestly, is they're intimidated by me. They don't want to sell me stuff because they're intimidated by me. I can't find any other reason they wouldn't want to sell me stuff. Okay, so I have these little tags here, you guys. This is another thing, just showing you all this expensive stuff I use that I need for my shop. So when I take a bar and chain off, I can mark what it goes to so I don't get stuff mixed up. Because with my little shop, I can't always keep the bar and chain with the saw. And right now I'm looking, I've lost like every pin. I'll be damned, man. Here we go. Okay, so this is Terry 026 234400962. Now we know what it goes to. I'll cut this wire in half because I'm a penny pincher. So I don't want to use the whole wire if I don't need to. I have a roll of wire too, but these labels were cheaper than the ones. They're a little bit smaller than the ones I normally use, but they were cheaper and they came with the wire. And so I was like, yeah, I don't usually use the whole label anyways to write on, so I have no problem with them being, you know, a 1/4 inch smaller. And then I bought these ones for my chains because the other ones I ordered are way too small. They're little teeny tiny ones. The website said they were 1 inch by 2 inch, but that's clearly wrong. So I didn't return them. I probably should. I just bought them, so I probably could return them still. And I'll just put this on here. Okay, and now we won't lose whose bar this is, and we won't mix shit up. Because if we give our neighbors the wrong stuff, they're not going to tell their neighbors to come see us. Okay, we'll hang that up over here with our customer bars. And let's go ahead and get to work on this 026. We'll start off by removing our top cover and our air filter cover. I'm going to go ahead and get that broken chain brake handle out of the way. Okay, I don't need this baby powder. Sometimes these top covers can be a nightmare. It's one damn screw, but sometimes they just don't like to come off. Okay, there's that. Go ahead and remove our air filter cover. Yeah, air filter is not terrible. Again, something we'll have to clean up later. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get that out of the way because, as I said, we're gonna do our vacuum pressure test. Again, I just automatically like doing it because it ensures me that when I go to start my saw after servicing it, if it doesn't start or it runs funky, I know that it's most likely fuel delivery and not an air leak. See, his saws are filthy. Okay, looks like we're missing the tank vent, a portion of it. I don't know that I've seen an 026 with a tank vent set up like that. He's weird. His saw 034 was different than anyone I've ever seen. With the now we've got this one with a weird looking tank vent. I'm assuming it's just like a duckbill, but I think there's supposed to be additional pieces to this. I think there's usually a white cap and then a hose with set screws as well. At least on the 044 that has this big setup, that's what it is. But just the duckbill alone should work as long as it doesn't get plugged up, which it looks like it is. So we'll just spray that out. Okay, put that back in. Hopefully, I'm having trouble getting it lined up here. There we are. Ah, come on, you bastard. Get that pushed in there. No, it doesn't want to go in. You bastard. There we are. Let's see if I can find a little socket here. Where is my 8mm little socket? Just to kind of ensure that's seated down in there properly. It doesn't seem like it did. Yeah, it didn't go in. It's not going in. Come on. There we are. Yeah, I do believe there's supposed to be more to that. I'll look up the IPL later. Let's get this broken chain brake handle out of our way. There we are. There's that. Okay, that's going to need replaced. Just kind of put this screw back here so we don't lose it. Okay. Go ahead and get our carburetor off. I find it much easier, you guys. These throttle linkages on the 024s and 026s, I honestly find it much easier to just go ahead and remove this cover here, okay, with this one flathead screw underneath, okay, because it can be a nightmare to get that throttle linkage off of the carburetor itself and back on as well. Okay, so once we do that, this just comes right up. Just take it slow because your spring can make that go flying, and then your carburetor's out of the way, or your throttle linkage is out of the way, and it's a lot easier that way for me, at least for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our carb off. Okay, and we're probably gonna have to pry this a little bit. They get stuck on there pretty good. Yeah, she's on there all right. There we go. Okay, let me check the fuel tank, see if it's empty or not. We got a little bit of rancid gas. Let me dump that real quick. Should have a container here. We do. Okay. Bad gas. Let's see. Yeah, you're welcome for that link, Producer K. Them guys have a click that you have to follow. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. That's right. I need a 064 piston for a steel. Listen, neighbor, with the Arabic, with your circle I have 064 pistons on eBay. All you have to do is go on eBay, and I'm chainsawredeemer85 on eBay as well, and I'll have Meteor pistons for the 064 on there. And since it looks like you're probably out of the country, you'll have to see if your country is covered by eBay's global shipping program. If not, unfortunately, the Chainsaw Redeemer is unable to help you out. If, for some reason, you are inside the USA, see guys dropping shit all the time, I told you you'll see a lot of that. If you are inside the USA, you can just email me, okay? You can just email me, smallengineredemption@gmail.com, and I can sell it to you a little bit cheaper outside of eBay if you're in the United States. If not, you need to buy it on eBay because I don't deal with customs and stuff. I let eBay deal with that shit. Okay, there's our gas cap back on. So now we know we won't get squirted in the face by fuel coming out of our fuel line, which doesn't want to come off. Here we are. Okay. There's our carburetor. We'll get our throttle linkage off out of the way here, hopefully. There's that. Our carburetor is filthy, vile, dirty, and disgusting. Okay. We need to get these grommets out of the way in order to do our back pressure test. At least that is what steel says to do. Okay, there's that one. And that 034, I'm thinking about it. With how hard it was to seal all that off, he's probably going to have an air leak in between his boot and his carburetor. And so we'll have to figure that out, how we can fix that problem. These can sometimes be a real pain in the ass to get off. There we are, there's that. Set that aside, kind of try and keep our parts together and semi-organized here. Okay, there's that. Our fuel line is broken, it looks like. Oh yeah, this fuel line's so stretchy, that's 100% needs replaced. Okay, so we'll start with fuel line and fuel filter. Lost my pen again. Fuel line. Okay, here we go. And actually, I need to look up how much I paid for these fuel lines because I've only been charging $7.50, and I think I need to be charging more than that for this specific fuel line. For the aftermarket ones, I think I pay more than that. Okay, now our fuel filter doesn't want to come out here. Yeah, come on, there we go. Yeah, that definitely needs to be replaced. We'll deep six that chip, Rob Weaver. Okay, there's that. Now we have a specialty flange that should help us on this one. It should fit right perfect. It should seal off our intake and then also our impulse. We got a little set screw here that goes inside our impulse hose to seal it off. So we'll go ahead and put our 8mm nuts back on here and snug our flange up. And then we will go ahead and put a block on the muffler and do a vac test on this real quick. Like I said, I'm going to keep saying it. I do this because I don't want to service a saw and then have air leaks in the future. Cause me to have to go back to the saw, and then I'll be sitting there wondering, did I do something wrong? Is it human error? Did I make a mistake? Did I not use the right parts? Etc. etc. This avoids all those questions if my saw doesn't start right when I finish servicing it. So it's worth it to me to just go ahead and do this part. Yes, it's a little bit of extra time, but overall, in the big picture, in the long run, saves me money. Good night, neighbor. Producer K, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and consider becoming a member, because in the future we have chainsaw giveaways that are going to be member-only giveaways. I need fuel caps for the 041, you guys. The larger threaded 041 fuel caps. I desperately need 2 of them, because until I get a fuel cap for Rob Weaver's saw, I cannot start another giveaway. I have to get his saw finished before I start the next giveaway. So if you guys can help me find the fuel cap, then I can get to the next saw. I have a saw in a bin down here. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's going to be anybody that's a subscriber to the channel will be able to become eligible by following a simple couple of steps. Okay, so help me find 041 fuel caps, you guys. Every one I've found is too small. The threads are too small. Apparently the 041 came with 2 different size fuel caps, and I cannot find the proper one. I need 2 of them, because Nathan's saw has been here a 1.5 years, and I can't find the fuel cap. His fuel cap was working, and then it stopped working. Okay, the tank vent is inside the fuel cap, and without a proper working tank vent, your saw does not work right. Okay, so I need to find those. Come on, why aren't you threading? There we go. Okay, snug this up. Go ahead and get our mighty vac. Okay, we're going to remove our spark plug boot. Make sure that's on there tight. It is. Grab this. Probably have to cut our damn hose again. Yep, that went on there awful easy. Okay, I can already tell we have a leak, I think. Well, maybe not. Maybe I was wrong. Just seems like it's going up awful slow. Usually that means there's a leak. 7.5 pounds. Okay, so we'll let that set and watch it for a couple minutes, you guys. And whilst we do that, we'll clean our carburetor up a little bit. Okay, we're going to take that apart, but first we'll go ahead and put a fuel line in and a new fuel filter. Okay, so I've got lots of those fuel lines. I order like 50 at a time of these fuel lines because they go to a lot of the O-Series saws. And honestly, I think in the future I'm going to be using a different fuel line because these don't go down into the tank very far. This part being so short, there are other fuel lines that have the same grommet and they curve like that. And I think they would work much better. Okay, so far we're holding pressure. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this ready to go on. Okay, set that aside for now. And then let's go ahead and get our carburetor opened up here. Let's see, do you have an item number for the piston on eBay? Let me look that up for you, buddy. I'll get you a link. 1 second, okay? Let's see, eBay. Selling. Active. Find. 064. Search. Air filter, Meteor. Here we go. Share listing. Copy link. Go back here. Here you go. Here's a link in the comments for that 064 piston, neighbor. Yeah, and I've looked. Neither of the caps I've got will work. Yeah, that sucks, man. Oh, crap. I got to go. It's after 9 and tomorrow will come way too fast. Then it's back to the grind. Thanks for the info in chat. Oh, and I only watch hockey. Producer K. Good night, neighbor. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. I really do appreciate it. Okay. By the way, Producer K, if you haven't left yet, the giveaways are in the future, so you're not missing out anything. I'm just saying, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. That way in the future, anybody that's not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. That way in the future, you can be qualified for the giveaways. Anybody that's not subscribed to the channel cannot win any giveaway stuff. I give away t-shirts, and I give away saws and other things. I give away funnels and sprockets and various things we've done in the past. You can't win if you're not a subscriber. Okay. This looks like it's just going to be a regular Walboro kit. We should have plenty of these parts in stock for this one. These are one of the easiest carburetors to rebuild. Okay, get both our covers off here. Whoops. Yeah, my nose is running again. Okay, how many people are still here? Oh, we got a few still. Okay. I didn't know if I'd have anybody in here. It's like I said, it's going to be a super long event. People can pop in, come and go. Yeah, look at that diaphragm's completely destroyed. This carburetor is not going to get an ultrasonic, I don't think. It doesn't look like it needs an ultrasonic. The screen's really dirty, so we definitely need to replace our micro screen. Just take a pick. Pop that bad boy out, okay? Then get your safety glasses on, neighbors. We're going to use car parts cleaner. You don't want to get your eye shot out, okay? And we're going to spray through all these different holes. That one. Spray through there. There. Here will come out where our fuel line hooks up. That's all nice and clean. Go down where our needle seats. Spray back through that way. Hold it tight on these little parts where our inlet screws are. And actually I need to remove, see, that's why I don't wear safety glasses. They fog up instantaneously. I saw an ad today for like a face shield. It's supposed to be anti-fog, but it covers like your whole face, and I'm like, yeah, that's something I wouldn't wear, and it's bulky and it would be in my way. And so I didn't even look at how much it cost. I just know it wouldn't benefit me, unfortunately. But the safety glasses, I get shit in my eyes a lot because I don't wear safety glasses because they fog up instantly on me. And even with safety glasses, I still get a bunch of shit in my eyes anyways. Okay, once we have those screws out, we'll go ahead and take our car parts cleaner. And put it down in here, push it against, and spray. That's coming out of Venturi, that's good. This should come out of Venturi in the top. It does, that's good. And then just to make sure the passage is clear, hold it on this little tiny hole there. You hold it tight. If you get it right on it and hold it tight, it can ensure that passageway is cleared because this is the smaller side. Okay, it's coming out. Our inlet needle side, that's good. For our high side, that comes out, that's good. It's shooting out right here where our inlet screws go. Okay, let's go ahead and clean the outside of this a little better. And we will get our parts. Let's go ahead and clean our needles here and our grommet and stuff. Whoops. See, that's my life, guys. I just dropped that and all the parts went everywhere. And now it could be an hour before I find them all. Let's see if we get lucky. There's the needle. There's the grommet. Here's a spring. We're missing another spring. Son of a bitch. Ah, sucks. I hate this shit. Okay, I've got to find the other spring here. I didn't see where it went.
Got a little bit of good news.
What, Uncle? I'm doing YouTube live.
Sorry.
What? What is it? Where was it?
On the floor of the truck underneath the electrical wire.
Are you shitting me?
Nope.
Look what my uncle found, neighbors.
I also brought you this.
No, that needs to stay in the truck because
okay.
Walgreens is giving me a hard time because I have an out-of-state ID.
Okay.
So next time I go there, I need it in the truck. Thank
okay.
you, Uncle. I appreciate it.
Yep, no problem at all.
Okay, found our spring, you guys. What?
Sorry, I put the wiring inside the shop on the chair.
I'm surprised that freaking... I'm surprised that was in the truck. Was the Walgreens packaging in there?
I didn't see
See,
it.
they told me it would have been in an envelope stapled to the bags. That's why I thought it was long gone.
Yeah, well, it was
So,
underneath
well,
the
great.
electrical
Thank you,
wire.
Uncle. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
That
like
takes
I
a
said,
lot
the
of...
wiring's inside your shop on the chair.
Huh?
That wire is inside the shop.
What wire?
The new electrical wire.
Oh, okay. You didn't puncture the plastic, did you?
I
Okay.
just laid it on the chair.
All right, thanks. Sorry about that, guys. Can't wear safety glasses either. Okay, thank you. I don't know what your name is because it's in Arabic. The person that asked about the 064 piston and said new subscriber. You have an eye on your picture there. Can you tell us your name, neighbor? Can you tell us your name? So I know how to address you. Okay, so I'm going to take these dirty ass gloves off. Yeah, we're still holding our pressure, you guys. All that time, we haven't lost a single half a pound at all. So we'll go ahead and do our vacuum, because this will test our dust lips and whatnot. Uh-oh. Yeah, but now we're not going to hold vacuum. That sucks. Are you kidding me? Yeah, she's not holding vacuum, though. Damn it. Damn it, that sucks. Let's go back to pressure. This sucks, but it is going to give me an opportunity to show you guys. When you pass a pressure test, but fail the vacuum test, you can't use soapy water to find a leak, a vacuum leak. And typically the only place you're really going to get a vacuum leak if you're not losing pressure is at your crankshaft seals. It means your dust lip is bad, okay? Usually, not always, but usually that's where a vacuum leak is going to be. So once we get our carburetor rebuilt, and actually I probably shouldn't, because I need to make sure my neighbor wants to spend the labor, because now we have to go in and find the vacuum leak. We know it's not human error because, well, it shouldn't be. It's highly unlikely that our vacuum leak is going to be anywhere besides a crankshaft seal, most likely, okay? I don't know. I'm trying to think if I've ever had an occasion where, where my, damn it, I can't even speak, where my, vacuum leak with a passing of pressure. Wait, what the hell? Did we just lose pressure now? You guys saw that gauge has been sitting here all this time. Now all of a sudden we're losing pressure. Okay. I gotta blow my nose, guys. Sorry. Ugh. Gross. Okay, so I'm gonna watch that pressure for a few more minutes here. I'm assuming he's gonna want this all done. I mean, it just sucks because to change a crankshaft seals, I've got to dig deep into the saw. And when I'm not doing it based on trying to figure out if I've got a human error, then my customer does need to pay. Okay, and right now I don't believe it's human error. But if we do find out it's human error and we've dug in that deep, our neighbor doesn't pay the extra labor. We eat it. Okay, that's the way it works. What I do is I have a steel labor rate chart. It tells you what you need to charge, how many minutes you need to charge, and their rate is $125 per hour here in town. And so I try to be around 40 to 50% of that. So if their job calls for $100 in labor, I usually try and charge $40 to $50 max. Just because, you know, I just try to give my neighbors a break. And plus it allows a lot more stuff to be worked on that needs, because a lot of people bring me shit that's just, you know, that's the sad thing. Most shops, it's sad but true. Most shops you go to, they won't do a vacuum pressure test. They'll just tune your saw up half, 1/4. They'll just tune your saw up and start it, and it runs half, 1/4, and then you've got to pay more money when you bring it back. Yeah, see, we're still holding pressure on that. Trying to decide. I am going to go ahead and do his carburetor, and then if he doesn't want the work done, well, guess what? I'll just take my parts back off his carburetor. I have a feeling he will, though. So we're going to need the micro screen. We'll go ahead and do our inlet needle. Our metering lever, I think we can reuse, because this isn't going to be a kit I'm going to open up. We're going to go into our specialty stash here. I've got these little organizers for wall barrel tilts and end Zama, where I have a lot of the common stuff that one needs for carburetors. So this will be our diaphragm, our metering diaphragm. And then we should have our gasket in here. Here is our gasket. And then for our pump side, we should have right here. Let's check that out. That is correct. And then we should have our gasket right here, which I know I need to order more. Let's see. Make sure we've got the right one, because there's one that has an extra hole right there, and if you use it on this carb, your saw won't run right. Okay, and that's correct. So we've got that. We've got that. And then I'll go into my other little stash container. Something's going on eBay. That's springs. I usually don't have to replace springs too often. If I knew which spring I needed to pull out easier, I would replace them all the time, but it's hard. So we've got that. We're going to reuse our spring. I really think I can probably use my metering lever over, but we'll go ahead and grab a new one if I have the right one here. I think this is it. Just put them side by side. Check the height of everything, and that is correct. So there is our new metering lever. Our wrist pin I think will be fine to reuse. We've got our spring is in fine condition, I believe. So we'll reuse those parts. I'm so happy my uncle found my ID in the fucking truck. And that's funny. That means when I went to Walgreens today, it was in the truck. They give me a hard time because my nerve pills, the gabapentin that I'm on, is considered a narcotic, which I have no clue why. It can't get you high, at least to my knowledge. And I know because when I used to be a drug addict, I was prescribed that, and I tried taking extra of it to see if I got high, and trust me, it didn't work. Anyways, shit. They give me a hard time if I don't have my ID, even though they've put notes in my account before saying that I'm okay, just to provide my address. They still say, like the pharmacist said yesterday, this is the last time we can let you pick up controlled substance with an out-of-state ID. I'm like, I showed you guys the paperwork that New York is doing me dirty. New York is trying to say that I was driving without insurance in their state, and that I owed $7,500 for driving without insurance, which, number one, how the hell can you charge somebody? How do I find you on eBay? Jeff Price, I am chainsawredeemer85. God damn it. I am chainsawredeemer85 on eBay. So you can literally just search that name. But also, if you scroll up just above the comment that says new subscriber, you can click on that link. That is one of the items I have for sale on eBay. And then you can click my name on that listing, or click on see seller's other items. And neighbor, I have tons of chainsaw parts for various Husqvarnas and Steels that are not online. I've lost my wrist pin, you guys see, dropping shit all the time. This is my life. That are not online. And so if you don't see what you need on eBay, you can ask me. But again, if you're in the United States, Jeff, if you see something on eBay that you need, email me. Okay, neighbor, right here. Email me, smallengineredemption@gmail.com, or text or call me. My phone number's right there, 346-263-1077. I can give you like 7% off what my stuff is on eBay, plus you won't have to pay tax because my price will include tax. So it's really like 10% off of what the eBay price is going to be total for you. So now we have to get another wrist pin, you guys, because I've dropped the wrist pin and I cannot find it. So let's go in here, grab one of the shorter wrist pins that we need. I believe for the Walboro it is the shorter one. The smaller Walboros anyways. Oh, and we need a micro screen. I forgot that. So let's get our micro screen for our Walboros. This is the most common, and that's how I know it's the right one, because I use it a lot. Okay, there's our screen. Now we got a new wrist pin. I dropped it. I was trying to hold all that in there whilst removing this from the drill, because it's easier to get that screw started by just holding a bit. Okay, look, my wrist pin's fucking in there, you guys. That's funny. Okay, well, since we pulled it out, we're just going to replace it. I think what I lost was my inlet needle. I got mixed up there. Okay, I don't see my inlet needle. Oh, it's also in my carburetor. There it is. Okay, so let's try this again, neighbors. Little bitty parts when you can't feel your hands can be hard. Curtis, I know you know all about putting fucking tiny carburetor parts in, neighbor, don't you? I know you know the nightmare I'm facing right now. I know you know because you work on saws. Okay, there we are. Ah, shit. See? Dropping shit all the time, you guys. Okay, once I've got that holding my wrist pin in there, I'm just going to put it in my drill. Turn my torque way down so I don't over tighten and strip out. Just snug that up. And then my metering lever should be level on this Walboro carburetor with right there. It's not quite level. So we are going to raise it just a tiny bit by just prying up on it right here. Okay, just a tiny bit. Now it's level. Okay, we've got a little bit of gasket right here we need to remove. All that stuff matters. Okay. Yeah, I figured you would, Curtis. I know you know what I'm talking about there. This shit can be a nightmare. All right, now on this side, on your metering side, your gasket goes on first, okay? And then your metering diaphragm. And then your cover, okay? Which is dirty still. Don't like how dirty it is. I almost always do an ultrasonic for every saw. Almost always. For every carburetor I meant. But since we're doing a live event and it's so loud, that's the reason I'm not doing it. And also, yeah. I think I work a little bit slower when I've got the camera on sometimes. God damn it, I got a fucking bug on me. See, that's my fucking life, neighbors. I got a bug eating at my fucking elbow while I'm trying to put tiny parts in. This kind of shit happens to me all fucking day long. It never ceases. It never eases up. And I'm like, what the fuck, Jesus? Why you hate me so much? Why you gotta fucking authorize the devil to torture me so much? I need to get me one of those little battery-operated, small handheld screwdrivers. It's just a screwdriver. For carburetors. And then Greasy Shop Rag made himself a cool little fucking mount. You know, I've been trying to get him to make me one and sell it to me, but he hasn't. And so I'm just going to have to try and make one myself, because it was a fantastic idea what he put together there. A little stand that your carburetor slides on, and then you just flip it over and it sits on the damn stand. I can already tell it would make working on carbs so much easier. Okay, and then your screen, you can just kind of use anything. I do actually have the tool to push these in, but it's down there in a container. And so I usually just use the end of a bit. And then on this side, it's opposite. Your diaphragm goes on first, okay? You gotta make sure it goes the right way. And then your gasket, okay? Remember the other side we did gasket first, but this side we do diaphragm first, okay? Kind of line those up. And then it's easy if you can kind of move your throttle lever out of the way a little bit like that. It will be easier to put this cover on, okay? And then hold it and let go of your throttle lever. And then you've just got your one screw. Yeah, see, we're still holding pressure, you guys, but we can't pull a vacuum on this saw. All this time, we've still got good pressure holding. Okay, all these parts, throw them aside so we can show our neighbor what we replaced. Okay, sad that you got to do that, but it's true. Okay, here's our wrist pin. We went ahead and replaced that. We'll get this out of the way. Now what we're going to have to do is figure out why the hell we have an air leak, okay? So, this is going to be, need to do fuel line, fuel filter, K10 HD carb kit, oh shit, K10 watt carb kit, okay, there we are. Alright, now, so, release our pressure, and try and pull a vacuum again. And we're just not able to get a vacuum. It's just dropping right down. Yep, no vacuum available. So, just to verify, it's hard, I can't really quite verify human error on a vacuum leak, because you have to use oil and see if the oil disappears, and I would have to put oil all over this fucking saw. Well, I want this blade lock in place, and that wouldn't work. So unfortunately, I need to go right to the crankshaft seals and put oil on them and see if when you pull a vacuum, the oil will get sucked in. But I'm just trying to make sure, you know, it's not my hose. It's not. Okay, we'll check our spark plug real quick, but typically it's not going to be your spark plug either. I'm surprised the saw's not holding vacuum. I can literally hear the air whizzing into the saw. Yeah, no vacuum at all. Okay, so we'll take our 2-stroke oil here, my little oil gun, and I'm just going to put oil around the spark plug, okay? And then when I pull a vacuum, I'm going to see if my oil disappears. See if it gets sucked into my motor. And it's not. I don't see it going in at all. Okay, so it's very rare that it honestly is, you guys. It's very rare that you have a pass on your pressure test and a fail on your vacuum test. It's very, very rare. I think I've only seen it a couple of times on saws before, and it's probably been a year since I've seen this happen. Let's see. Does that mean that you're bugging out? Hey, neighbor. Rob Weaver! Chet, hey, neighbor! Your comments are finally working. Excellent. Does that mean that you're bugging out? I don't know what you mean, Curtis. Bugs love you. Oh, I got it. Okay, I missed that comment. Zama has a carb stand, but Greasy Shop Rags is much cheaper. Yeah, but I have to make it, and I don't have the right welder to weld the two pieces together. I guess if I could find a piece of metal that's already got a 90 degree in it, and then put the studs on it myself. You know, Curtis, my Mighty Vac, I've been wondering a couple of times if I'm having issues with it, but every time I've used my backup pump, it performs the same way. And so I've checked over and over on this thing. I've never been able to find any leakage on it. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, if the other vacuum tester does the same thing and I can't find leakage on my seals on my Mighty Vac, then it must be in my head that something's not right with it. So, but yeah, neighbor, I'm with you on that, and I've wondered the same thing several times. That's why I've used my spare that I think, Rob Weaver, wasn't it you that bought me my Chino one? When my Chino one broke, you're the one that sent me the Chino replacement, weren't you? I believe so. Curtis says, what's up, Rob Weaver? Yeah, I think it was you, neighbor. I'm pretty certain it was you. Because it was when I bought the Mighty Vac at the same time, and so now I have a spare. I tell you what, I wonder if it's this dust lip. This seal looks clean and good, but it does look like the dust lip is kind of iffy. So we'll just put a minimal amount of oil here. Get that spread around evenly. Okay, and then let's pull a vacuum and see, does our oil get sucked in? Yup, there it is, guys. All our oil disappeared. It's this dust lip, okay? Let me get a crankshaft seal. I think everybody that's here understands what I'm talking about with this already, but let me get a crankshaft seal and show you guys what our issue is. And I guess, you know, I think I don't have flywheel sides for the 026. I know I got the clutch side, but okay. So this is for an 024, but it's almost the same exact size. This just came with a Chino motor set I bought. So you've got your main seal right here, okay? And there's a spring inside that helps that seal. And then right here, this is what's called your dust lip, okay? And usually when you have a good pressure test, this is sealed. However, your dust lip is not, and so air is getting sucked in through there, and this does not seal it for the vacuum portion. So one more time, since you guys didn't have a close-up, I'll go ahead, we'll put oil on there, okay? And we'll go a little drastic. I'll put a lot of oil in there because it went pretty quickly, okay? So we'll fill that whole cavity with oil. Damn it. All right, and let me see how well you guys can see. I cannot wait until I get my other shop done. Are we able to zoom in? Whoops. Let's see here. let's see here. I'm going to get you guys into a different stand for a moment. Actually, I'll just hold you, okay? So, watch right here. Back up just a little bit. I don't know. I don't know where Jenny is. She's in the future. That's all I know. Okay, ready? We're going to pull a vacuum. That cavity's full of oil. Actually, I think already some of it just kind of fell in naturally. Okay, now watch this. And listen. See all that oil disappear? Hear it? See how quickly all that oil got sucked in right there? I'll show you one more time. Just trying to give you guys a good event. And you see what happened. So I was trying to show you one more time the oil disappearing. The phone died. It wasn't a connection issue. The phone died, and my uncle made me some mac and cheese before he left. That was nice. Very rarely I asked him to save me some of the mac and cheese he was making. Because he'll make 2 boxes and eat them in one sitting, both boxes with chicken in it. So I said, can you set a bowl aside for me before you put that nasty canned chicken in? Well, we probably lost our audience for the night now, but I got to call Terry anyways. Give him an estimate. Thing is, now I've got to check that clutch side seal as well. Fucking, I knew opening the door was going to let all the bugs in. Can't do it. So nice outside, but I don't have a screen door on here. So, we're going to have to check this other seal. I mean, typically when you're going to do one, you should just do both. In my opinion. His rim spline needs replaced as well. Drum looks fine. Clutch came off easy, that's good. Look how filthy this is. I hate pulling this money back off because it stretches my hose. Okay, let's see here. I can't believe that happened. I can't believe the phone died. Which means I lost my whole audience probably. Everybody's going to be gone. Let's see. My name is not Bigfoot. My name is Daryl. I don't know who called you Bigfoot, Daryl, but welcome, Daryl. Wonder where Jenny is at. Something's up. It's just spinning, dude. Bad connection. Anyway, later, Taylor. Gotta go watch some shark stuff now. Wish this privacy thing would get out of my way. Okay, now that I learned more, can you leave me alone and go away? No, you're just gonna stay there and block my chat? Ah. Well, anyways. Don't know what happened, you guys. I'm so sorry. Phone died. I'm surprised the battery fully charged only made it 2 hours. So I'm going to text Terry real quick. See if he wants to have these repairs done. I'm sure he will, probably. No, I don't. I just want to message him. Come on now. Let's see. Got to give him an estimate. So let's see what else we needed on this. We need a rim spline. Fuel line, fuel filter, carb kit, rim spline. Possibly tank vent. I don't know yet. Okay, let's see. 18. It's 15. It's 33. 33.50. Trying to see what else you might need. Let's see what our spark plug looks like. I think Casey just pocket dialed me. Yeah, sorry I lost my audience there, guys. I'm sorry that happened for whoever's still here. I don't know what happened, but I'm still working on saws, so I'm just going to leave the live on in case you guys want to pop in, hang out, say something. The saw's been running in the right condition, a little bit rich, but so his spark plug I think is fine to reuse. CJ6Y though, I don't know if that's the right plug. I'll have to check. I don't think that's correct for this saw. Let's see. So we've got our fuel line, our fuel filter, our carb kit, our rim spline. Is this clutch good? Clutch springs are good. I think you should replace the air filter, but we can probably clean it. I'll put brake handle. So let's see. 18, that's 15, that's 25, 33.50. And I need to see how much the brake handle is. Is anybody still here, guys? I'm sorry, I'm just doing my thing and letting you hang out if you want to. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm looking up the cost of a chain brake handle, because I don't have any in stock that I can sell him. So we'll look up a used one on eBay here, see how cheap we can get it. Yep, that's not too bad, about 20 bucks. Okay. And then I forget what the air filters are going for on Amazon here for the 026. I did look them up. I'm getting kind of tired. I might have to take a break, you guys. I thought I was going to try and get through all four of these saws with you, but I don't know if I'll make it because that first one took us so damn long because the air leak was hiding. And what sucks is this is on my bench. And because it's 9 o'clock at night, I don't know if I can get a hold of my neighbor and confirm if he wants to have the stuff done. And so that means I'll end up having to take it off my bench. So hopefully he gets this and maybe still be up and can respond, because I hate taking stuff off my bench. Error, invalid number. Oh, you know what? I tried to send that to his damn home phone number. I think he'll probably want to proceed with the repairs, but I don't know. And so when my labor goes from my $50 minimum to, $7,500, that extra $25, if it were me, I wouldn't want the mechanic spending my money without my permission. And so I also tried to do the same. Turn the live chat back on. Rolling a fatty, watching this chit. Hell yeah, Chevy! You know what? The shitty thing is, I can't smoke weed. The reason is, it makes my pain worse. Ever since I got run over, anytime I've tried to smoke weed, and I've tried every strain Vegas has available at every head shop available in Vegas, all over the place. Hundreds of different strains, Chevy. Hundreds of different strains. And all of them, every single one, sativa, indica, hybrids, all of them, they make my pain worse. And I really miss my marijuana. I haven't been able to smoke my marijuana in, let's see, last time I smoked marijuana, I think, was 2017. It sucks. I do not see marijuana as a drug. I see it as a medicine. I really think Terry's going to want to proceed. I'm half tempted to go ahead and do these repairs because it's on my bench. I don't know if it's too late. This is an older gentleman, so 9 o'clock at night might be too late to call him. It just sucks to set this saw aside, but that is what we're going to have to do until we hear from him. So we'll just throw everything here in a container, make ourselves some notes. That one's cracked. Make ourselves some notes of what we've done, what we need to do, okay? And we'll see what Terry says. And we'll get going on his next 026 saw. So, given that I know... oh, no, you know what we got to do? I'm sorry. We still got to check we've got to check our clutch side seal, which in my opinion, one should replace both. If you're replacing one, you should replace both. Oh, shit, and I gave him the wrong estimate. I didn't include his crankshaft seals. Let's see. Just trying to give him a figure here. There we go. I sent him the wrong number because I forgot to put the crankshaft seals on the invoice. And that's $15. So I don't mark up my parts that much, but I do mark them up a little bit because it takes time to order them, sort them, bag them, all that good stuff. And then also keeping them in stock ties my money up. And the thing is, if I were to have to go online and order a single set, it would cost me what I'm charging my neighbor. And then I have, damn, this oil pump's not going to come out without taking the chain brake band out of the way. Is that what I'm seeing here? It appears it is. That sucks. Okay, so we got to tear into this saw a little more. Unfortunately, I got to put some gloves on. Unfortunately, we got to dig a little deeper. Let me get this chat back up. I think most everybody left, but last comment I see was Chevy rolling a fatty watching this chit. I love it, Chevy. You say chit. Thanks for not calling it shit. Because some people might think watching this is shit. They might think this live is shit. It's just me being raw and real, letting you guys inside the shed shop if you're bored and want to hang out. Hopefully Curtis comes back a little later. I think I am. I'm just going to stay live even though there's only 3 people in here. And just keep working a little bit until I absolutely need to take a break. So we got to get this dust cover off, which is 2 T27 screws. Okay, right there. And then that dust cover. Oh, you know what? We got to take our guide plate out of the way too, unfortunately. So a lot of work just to verify whether we need both, or whether both seals leak or not. Okay. Yeah. I need to fix the end of this damn scrunch. There we are. Now that's not so blunt, it should work a little better. Because normally it fits inside these screws, but it hasn't been, and that's because sometimes I hammer on it and pry with it and everything else. I go through a lot of scrunches. One tool for 50% of your saw. Okay, now our dust cover will come off. Okay, now we can go ahead and pop our chain brake band out here to get our oil pump off. So we'll just pry that out, hook it out of the way. Now our oil pump should come out. Hopefully there's no oil in this bitch, because if there is, it's going to start pouring out of that hole. I can't seem to get my worm gear to come out. There we go. This is a continuous oiler. This dust seal doesn't look as bad. Okay, carb's already rebuilt. That's the shitty thing. I've already rebuilt that carb. Spent the time on it, so hopefully he wants the repairs done. Okay, just trying to clean this up, and then we will put oil on it like we did our other one. Yeah, Sunday night at 9 o'clock. I don't suppose too many more people are going to be on YouTube. And then I did that, but I don't have my mighty vac hooked up. Damn it. Did myself dirty. Okay, let's try this again. Need a little more oil on this bitch. Level that out. And pull some back in. It doesn't appear that this one is leaking. But again, my recommendation is always going to be, if you replace one crankshaft seal, you should replace both. Okay, yep, so this one doesn't leak. Okay, so we're good there. Now what we'll do is just make ourselves some notes so we know what's going on. Okay, just put that back in there so it doesn't leak. And we'll just loosely put our screws in so we don't lose them. Okay. And we'll leave our dust cover off for now. Okay. Yeah, I know what those screws are, so I don't need to put those back in. I know what everything is. So we'll put all that in there for now. Our broken chain brake handle, our clutch cover, our recoil, flywheel, throttle linkage. Okay, we've got our bearing, our carb grommets here. Let's see. Our retaining washer and clip. We've got this new fuel line here. I don't have any clean bags over here except 1 gallons. I'd have to run next door to get a clean one. So I'm just gonna set that over here on top. I think that's everything for this saw. We'll get our flange off. And then move on to the next one, which is going to be another 026. I actually believe I left the muffler block on the, no I didn't, I took it off. Okay, sometimes I accidentally, what I do is I end up leaving my, my muffler block in, and then I'll work on the saw, right, and I'll go to start it, and it won't do nothing. And it's because I've got the damn rubber on the rubber slide on the damn muffler still, having it blocked off. Yeah, I should have shot that snot rocket. I try not to shoot snot rockets when I'm filming, you guys, but sometimes I can't help it. I just have a lot of sinus issues. Okay, so we will go ahead and set this one aside for now. We are running out of room because nobody is picking their kit up. So we're going to have to resituate a couple things here. You can go down there. And this is for my Echo. That was for Grady. I don't know why his trimmer's not working, but it's bothering me because it was working fine. Okay, we'll move all this back. There's that saw. There's his other 024. Okay. I'm just trying to move things around here, you guys, to make more space. I don't have a lot of space in the shed shop, unfortunately. Okay. So just trying to situate things, and it's nice to keep, if you have multiple saws for a customer, it's nice to try and keep them together. Okay, so I'm just kind of moving things around here. Okay, there we are. We've got his tag. Okay, we're good. Now, next we have another 026 we're going to get started on. Oh, here's his carburetor, which we've rebuilt. Okay. So, I'll just throw that fuel line on there so I know it's all been redone. Okay, next we will go ahead and start a new invoice. Try and stay organized here. So, we've got, I'm just going to put his first name for now since we've got the film on. Steel 026 number 2, and we'll have to get a serial number for that. So next one, again, I don't want to do the one he says you have to put your thumb on. Yeah, that's that one. So we've got a nice dirty one. This one's also got a broken chain brake handle. Okay, right here you can see his chain brake handle is broken. It's still operable, but it is broken. So we'll see what he wants to do. Horton, my neighbor, the Redeemer, live action. Hey, Horton, what's up, neighbor? How's it going, Norton? We've been here for a couple hours. We're just doing a diagnostics marathon. Right now, we've done an 034 Super, which we had to order some parts for. We just did an 026, which passed the pressure test but failed the vacuum. And so I showed you guys how to test for that. To find the vacuum leak when you don't have an air leak on pressure but you do on vacuum. We showed you how to do that, and so you'll be able to rewatch this video in the future and learn that. And so Terry has with me a total of 7 saws. We have already done his 193T. He ran over his 193 with a bulldozer, and so I took all his good parts. I had a 193 that had everything except the air filter cover and the motor. And, yeah, this has got the smaller air filter. This is an 024, I think. He said it's 026. I think this is an 024. I don't think this is 026. That's an 024 air filter. I believe this is going to be an 024, not an 026. Let's see. I really think this is a 024. I'm going to have to call a steel dealer tomorrow and have them pull up the serial number for me. And that'll tell us what model this is, but this, I think this is an 024, not an 026. I think he was incorrect. Okay, we've got 22610, 22610, 4116. Okay. No name badge. Broken chain brake handle. Okay. Yeah, I think this is an 024, neighbors. But we'll go ahead and pull our hood to start. I do believe this is 024. It really doesn't look like an 026 to me. It looks like an 024. Because, let me grab, let's see here. Let me grab an air filter off of this 026 here. Where are you? 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 Trying to find our air filter. Where are you? Here we are. You can see the difference in the air filter here. Okay, let me get this bar off first, and then I'll show you, damn it. Okay, damn bugs are killing me. Okay, and then we need a bar nut, or, yeah, bar nut. 250. Okay, so grab that. Let's go ahead and get the bar out of our way and label it so we know whose it is and we don't get things mixed up. Oh, God, that's tight. Wow. Holy fucking shit, is that on there? Wow, that was all my strength and that bitch did not nudge. So we are going to use an impact. Holy shit. Yeah, that thing was fucking on there. Wow. Okay. Get our clutch cover out of the way there. Remove our bar. Our rim spline definitely needs replaced. So, go ahead and get a tag for this. 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, and 1 beer. Yeah, Terry has a lot of saws, and he's got a bunch more after this, too. He says he wants me to work on, but a lot of people say that, and then when they realize how much small engine repair actually is, even though I'm only charging them 40 to 50% what they would pay at another shop, once they realize how expensive it is to repair saws that you've let sit for years and neglected, especially a lot of times I have to redo crankshaft seals and stuff, and my minimum labor is $50, and once I have to replace crankshaft seals, I'm going up to $100. Steels rate, I think, is they're like 130 minutes on that last job at 125 an hour, so that's 250 plus, let's see, the other 10 minutes is, you know, about another $40, 37 or $40. So you're looking at over $300 in labor to do what I'm doing for $100 in labor. Raw and real in the shed shop. That's right. Damn right, Norton. We're raw, real, and honest around here. Okay. And put a serial number here. 226104116. And that makes sure we don't mix our bars up and accidentally give his bar to somebody else. And when I take saws in, I write on the tag right here if it has a bar and chain, and if so, what size, what brand, what condition it's in, etc., etc. And I don't typically sharpen chains unless a customer asks. I usually refer them to Lewisburg Outdoor Power, but unfortunately, here lately, I've had a lot of neighbors complaining about Lewisburg Outdoor Power, and it makes me look bad because I send them there, and then they get treated like shit, and for 3 months, they have chains there, and the chains don't get sharpened, and then they say, okay, that's fine, I'll buy new chains from you while I wait on my other ones, and then you go back another couple of weeks later, and your shit's still not done, and so you've dropped off a bunch of chains with them. They haven't sharpened them in 6 weeks, and you bought more chains, and then when you say, you know, what's going on here, then they snap on you and give you nasty attitude. I can understand why my neighbors, the reason I'm taking this off is because I noticed right away this bearing's bad, and so I need to know that that needs replaced. But anyways, so yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna stop referring people up there, but the problem is they sharpen chains for half of what I would charge. I don't like sharpening chains, and so it's not a service I offer unless you have a saw worked on. Then I will sharpen your chain for you if you request it. Okay, so I'm going to show you here why I believe this is an 024. Okay, the main reason is look at our air filters. Look at the massive difference. Okay, this is an 024 air filter. This is an 026 air filter. This air filter would never fit on this saw properly. You know what? I just did you guys dirty and lied to you. No, it doesn't fit. It does catch up here. I mean, you could push it hard and it would go, but it doesn't seal properly to the carburetor because this little lip right here is catching up here. So, I think this is an 024. I'm not 100% certain. Like I said, we will have the serial number traced and we will find out. Okay? So, for now, this air filter goes here. This goes with this other 026. Let's go ahead and do a diagnostics on this, which means we need to grab this 026 real quick and get our muffler block off of it that we left on. I think this will probably be the last saw for the live event, you guys. I'm getting real tired. Raw and real. No new comments. We've only got a few people in here anyway. So Sunday night, like I said, I just thought I'd show you guys kind of what a typical day looks like when I'm working on customer stuff. This is basically what it looks like. Okay. Go ahead and slap that back on, and then we'll put a paper towel in there to keep dust out. Oh, you know what? Shit, I didn't even realize this piston looks scored on this bitch. Shit, I didn't even notice that. Son of a bitch. Yeah, he's got a scored piston. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. How did I miss that? Wow. Yeah, he's got a scored piston. I'll be damned. It's not bad. It just started to score, but it's definitely scored. I'll bet his cylinder's fine, but I just quoted him, and now I have to change my quote again. So I'm probably just going to call him tomorrow, because it looks like... I'm just going to look through the spark plug port here real quick. Put the Redeemer slam on those. I don't know why this heart is there. Those saws, bottom and the clutch side, like Greasy does. Neighborized. Yeah, I like how Greasy Shop Rag says, "Okay, Saw, you're my bitch." Yeah, the cylinder itself, little bit of marking, not terrible, but unfortunately, I am gonna have to tell Terry. I'm gonna have to tell Terry that I made a mistake. And I have to change his estimate. So that's going to be it. That's all I can do. It's unfortunate, but it's true. We have to change his estimate. So let me go back to that page and fix it. Need scored piston. Oh, where'd my pen go? Damn it. Here's one. Okay, that sucks. That makes his price go up quite a bit, because that adds, instead of $100 labor, now I got to charge him $150. I mean, it's just the reality of it. Now, if I've got to pull a top end and put a new piston in, and then I've got to break it in and everything else, really I should be charging him like $200 in labor. But I'll talk to him and see what he wants to do. So on this one, let's be smart and actually look at the condition of our piston and our cylinder first, like we should have before. That really should be the first thing I'm looking at. Sorry guys, I've got to take a moment to grab a couple of bites of mac and cheese here. Remember, raw, real, and honest. Just letting you hang out on a natural day for me. This is how the shed shop operates when the camera's not rolling. Where did you come from? Uh-oh. Got a random little piece of plastic there. Okay, let's look through here. Okay, is our recoil not working? Here we go. Yep, I've got some marking on the cylinder. So let's look at our piston. Let's look at our piston from this side. Okay, it looks good. Okay. Got a little bit of marking on it, but the saw should still run fine once it's repaired. So let's go ahead and do our back pressure test. Okay, there's that. Go ahead and put our muffler block on. There's no muffler gasket on here. Amazing how many times I find saws where the muffler gasket's missing. Supposed to have a muffler gasket, you guys. All chainsaws are supposed to have a muffler gasket. At least to my knowledge, they all do. It's there for a reason. Okay? You don't want... Oh, it is there. It fell down. I did my neighbor dirty. He's got a muffler gasket. Right there it is. You don't want air going out in between your muffler and your cylinder. You want it going out of your exhaust exit. That way air is flowing properly. Okay. Snug this up. Don't know what it is with these damn muffler bolts today. Every time the one on the flywheel side on every saw seems to not want to go in straight. Okay. I don't know if I took... Did I take all these damn recoil screws out? I don't recollect doing that. There's our muffler screws. Okay, keep that together. Yeah, only got one recoil screw here. So, you might need 3 screws. I'll have to look at this and see at, let's see my video. How long are we? Where's my timer, damn it? Gotta look on this one. At 3 hours and 5 minutes. Just writing myself a note to see if I removed recoil screws. Because if I did, they're on the bench somewhere, but I don't see them. And if I didn't, well, guess what? My neighbor has to buy recoil screws if he wants his saw fixed right. And the screws ain't cheap. They're like $2 a piece for steel screws. And I don't do the whole changing the different, go to the hardware store and buy cheap bolts. Nope, you're going to pay for steel because I need them to be all uniform. Okay, so now that we got that, let's check and see if we have fuel in this saw or not. Yeah, I'm getting to hurting real bad, so this is probably going to be the last one tonight, you guys. I'm just trying to get his stuff diagnosed because he owes me several $100s, and too many people are not picking up their stuff right now. Yeah, that 100% needs replaced. This is nasty, horrible smelling rancid gas in here. So it 100% would need a fuel line. That fuel line stretchy as hell. Fuel filter. Gas cap ring. Cap seal. Fuel filter. Fuel line. Okay, there's that. Let me dump this rancid gas out. I hate when neighbors bring me saws with rancid gas because the smell is just awful. Absolutely awful smell. God damn it, my nose is running. Fucking hate this shit. Okay, put this cap back on to try and get some of the smell to stay away. I gotta blow my nose again. There we are. Need a cigarette. That smell is stinky, horrible. We'll just cover it up with nicotine. Okay, don't see any new comments. We've only got a couple people in here, but that's okay. Like I said, I just figured I'd go live for a few hours, give people a chance, you know, different time frames and stuff. So give everybody a chance to hopefully have some time to pop in for a little bit at least and hang out with the Redeemer, the Chainsaw Redeemer. That's the only Redeemer I am. Okay, as I said earlier, if you want to hear this throttle linkage on the 024s and 026s, the easiest way to do it is just go ahead and remove this cover here, the trigger cover, and take your throttle linkage out of your trigger. It's a lot easier, and this is not that hard to do. It's only one screw. It's not that hard to put back together. It can be a little bit tedious, but it's not that bad. Okay, just be careful that safety lever doesn't go flying. You can put your screw back in there if you want to not lose it. Okay, just thread it in a couple of threads. Okay, and then slide your linkage out there. Okay, carburetors are usually stuck. Sometimes you have to give them a little bit of a pry. There we are. We will go ahead and pop our fuel line off, which 100% needs replaced. Set our carburetor aside. Grab our specialty flange. We'll go ahead and, oh, we need to remove our grommets here, because they, the steel service manual says to remove these to do the vac pressure test, okay? Which is weird to me, because wouldn't you think they should stay on, because they're on the saw when it's in operation. And one would think you want to make sure they seal up with these on, but I just do what they say. It says remove, so I remove. Okay, remove that, get it out of the way. Now we can put our specialty flange on there. Okay, goes into our impulse hose, seals that up. Grab our two 8mm carb nuts here. Yeah, we did have a decent amount of people come in tonight, so I'm really happy for that. The various times, I know not everybody can hang out for a 4-hour live event, but like I said, I figured if I go live for quite some time and I just work and leave the live on, that gives different people with different schedules an opportunity to at least catch some of the live event, because I know a lot of people have missed the majority of my live events because they're in different time zones. Okay, so now that we've got that stuff blocked off, we'll hook this up, put our spark plug back in. Oh, we got stink bugs living in this saw. Okay. There's that. And we'll start with pressure. I do believe I hear whizzing. Yeah, I do believe we have an air leak. Question is it human error? Okay. So, we'll go ahead and look where we have our attachments first. We'll look at the spark plug real quick. Go ahead and go around the muffler. Everywhere we can anyways. Our specialty flange. Look at that. See if we can find air leak anywhere that we've hooked up to. Look for human error. Possibly where our hose is hooked up is leaking too. Ah, come here, bastard. I don't see any leaking there. Okay. Don't see any leaking there. I just don't see any. Try this side of our carburetor or our muffler. Some soapy water on there. And it looks like we're going to play the game of mysterious air leak. Hopefully we can find it this time. Last time it took us over an hour to find our air leak. Okay, and I think if I remember right, it turned out to be fucking human error. Which I hate. I hate when I tear a saw all the way down to find out that I have human error. And really, it's just freaking block-off error. That one was a nightmare to get the muffler sealed. Okay, we 100% have an air leak somewhere. So we'll check the areas we can see directly first. It doesn't appear to be at our attachments, but just because we don't see it right now, it doesn't mean it's not there. And so, since we've already got this side off partial, we'll go ahead and expose this crankshaft seal. Clutch came off nice and easy. I like when that happens. Okay. Yeah, this is an 024. This is not an 026. The oil pump is for an 024, I believe. I think this is an 024, not an 026. Okay. And we'll just grab our oil pump here. It should come out theoretically. Can't remember, do we need to remove the chain brake band on this one too? Trying to get our oil pump gear out there, but it's not going to come out. There we are. Did you go down without the fucking pump going down? There we go. Try and get our worm gear out first. There's our worm gear. Okay. Should be able to get our oil pump hopefully set aside there like so. Let's go ahead and spray this gas or the seal. See if we get any bubbles. I don't see any. Don't see any. Not seeing bubbles, you guys. Not seeing bubbles. Not seeing bubbles. We have a big air leak though. I'm not seeing the bubbles though. That's the shitty thing. Is now I'm going to expose this flywheel crankshaft seal and see if it presents. I don't know if it will or not, but I'm tired of tearing into saws this deep to find air leaks. It gets frustrating. Like I said, especially when it turns out it was human error. My leak is at one of my attachments. When the saw doesn't have a leak itself and I have to go through all this, it really does cost me because I don't charge the customer for this. There's no additional charge for me doing this. It's just for my benefit. I always prefer to eliminate the possibility of air leaks before I service a saw, because I don't want to service a saw and then find out it has an air leak, and then I've put in all that time and money, and then what if my customer doesn't want to, well, and now my freaking flywheel key, or my flywheel puller won't thread in. I've never had it not thread in, never. Go figure. And then I've put all that time and effort into servicing a saw. Yeah, what the hell? Why won't you go in? God damn it. Well, let's see if it'll work there. And then find out, no, my neighbor doesn't want to pay me extra money to go in and replace crankshaft seals or something. At least that came off. I don't know why it wouldn't thread in there. Oh, wow. As dirty as this is, I think we have a leak over here somewhere. There's a lot of oil on this crankshaft seal. And usually when they're that dirty, they leak. Okay, so let's find out. Yep, there it is. That's a bad one. So, this saw 100% needs crankshaft seals and the labor to do them. Okay, so my neighbor's going to be spending a good amount of money if he wants his saws fixed. I'm trying to think what to charge him for labor. I'll have to look up on the steel thing. I know what I usually charge, but when somebody has a lot of equipment here, I try to cut them a little bit of a break at least on some stuff. So that's pretty much going to be it for me tonight, you guys. Hanging in here with you at SHEDSHOP, at SHEDSHOP. I like it, Norton. I like it. I like it, neighbor. I'm glad you enjoy the channel, neighbor. I really am glad that there's a select handful of you guys that are just really active on the channel, and your comments and the things you say and the way you communicate with me and interact with me. It tells me that you enjoy the channel and you like it, and that just makes my job so much easier. It makes my life better. It makes my life easier. It makes my life more enjoyable. And so, Norton, I really appreciate you, neighbor. I fucking love you, neighbor, even though I suck at it. Okay, so we do have one more saw. I'm kind of tired, but at this point, it'd be nice to be able to call him and give him all his estimates at once tomorrow. And that way we can see what he wants to proceed with and what he doesn't want to proceed with. But he told me this is an 026, but this is an 024. This is not an 026, and I know it. I'm confident that it's an 024. Okay, so set this saw over here. And let's see if we can. This container's cracked, but it's the last one I have. So we'll just go ahead and put paper towels in the bottom so we don't lose any little parts or our cracks here. And just kind of start putting our stuff in here. Okay. And then we'll get him an estimate put together for this. I already rebuilt the carb on the other one. And I'm not going to do it on this one. I want to have all his estimates all at once. And hopefully he wants to have his saws fixed. I mean, that would be nice. I would like to see all the saws fixed. And that gives me a chance to make some decent money this week. And I think I have most. His 038 is, or 034 is the only one I know for a fact I don't have parts for. For the 024s and 026s, I might need air filters, but that's about it, and I can get them delivered from Amazon in just a couple of days. Okay, I think, oh, there's our clutch. I don't know where this came from. I'm going to throw it in there for now. I genuinely don't know where it came from, though. Okay, that looks like all the parts to this saw. I'm going to write down what I usually charge, minus 25, because he's got a lot of saws. And then this other one, since we have to do the piston. Okay. So, yeah, that's a lot of money, but to me, it's worth it. You know, $215 to have that saw running like new and a new piston in it and have it already pre-broken in. Breaking in a saw, it takes me a lot of time to do it fully. And so, basically, yeah, it is what it is. Okay, let's go ahead and debar this one. This will be our last one. Hopefully I can make it all the way through it. I'm really tired and hurting really bad. I need to go grab a coffee real quick though. So whoever's here, if you want to stay, that's cool. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just going to leave the live rolling. And this will be our last saw for the Diagnostics Marathon. Alright guys, I'll be right back, neighbors. Okay, here I am, neighbors. We still have the same number of people, just 3, but hey, we had a good audience earlier, and whoever wasn't able to be here earlier, now you get to be here now and get special personalized attention. Deep six that Java? Never! Norton, how could you tell me to deep six the coffee? How could you, neighbor? The coffee's crucial to the Chainsaw Redeemer. Crucial. Can't survive without my coffee. Can't do it. Okay, try and expose this serial number here. 2239. Okay. I'm tired. I'm tired, neighbors that are left. Okay, I'm real tired. Terry 026, number 2 or 3. Because I think that other one's an 024. 22239. 22239. 4029. Okay, there we go. So, let's see. This is a 026. Terry 222394029. Okay, let's get a piece of wire for that. Let's see here. I bought a roll of wire. I don't know where it went. I bought a whole roll of picture wire there. Not quite sure what I've done with it. Don't know. Okay, so we'll just cut another one of these for now. Don't quite know. I'm tired as hell. Fading fast, neighbors. Fading fast. Getting tired, getting worn out. Chevy, are you still here? Did you smoke your fatty yet? I want to live vicariously through you. Did you take a big long puff and hold it for me? If you ain't coughing, you ain't smoking, neighbor. I miss being able to smoke marijuana. I wish it didn't make my pain worse. It's a good medicine for a lot of different things. No matter what anybody says, I don't believe marijuana is a drug. I've never felt it was a drug even before I ever tried marijuana. I always supported marijuana users because I've seen what marijuana can do for health benefits. My mother had seizures real bad, and when she would smoke marijuana on a regular basis, she never had seizures. My little sister had cancer and had to have a lot of stuff done for her health and her face. She was born with a tumor, and marijuana is what helps her. What helps her today. She had a lot of problems with mental health and social behavior and everything, and smoking marijuana has leveled out her life in a way that is not even explainable by words. Okay, so he said, this is the one he's saying he had to hold his finger over the choke knob here. So why is that? It is because I think it was not engaging on the filter properly. So we'll keep an eye on that. That looks like an aftermarket air filter. It looks fairly new. I need to order 026 air filters, damn it. I'm gonna have to do that as soon as I'm done here with this nice rusty fucking top cover screw that's not gonna come off. That thing is rusted to hell. Can I get my grommet out? The grommet's ripped too, damn it. Shit. Yeah, this sucks. It sucks when a fucking flathead screw is stripped out. And I need to cut a new flathead into it, but the grommet's in the way. Yeah, there's no way. I'm gonna have to remove the grommet. It's ripped anyway, so it is what it is. He'll have to buy a new one. Damn. Okay, let's go ahead and try and cut a slot into this carefully. Let's see if that will allow us to get this bitch off. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Nothing I can do when it's fucking stripped out. That's all I could do right there. That's it. Yeah, that is a nice OEM steel top end. Fairly clean on the top. Okay, let's see. Does this have rancid gas in it too? No, this one's empty. It's got the large pickup body. It actually looks fairly new. Somebody's been in this saw. It's not an OEM fuel line. So yeah, somebody has worked on this saw for sure. Okay. So let's see if it has an OEM carburetor or not. Just taking some notes here, so I know what's what. Telling myself this saw's clearly had somebody work on it recently. That is an aftermarket air filter. This is not the OEM fuel line. It looks like it's got a newer style large fuel pickup body, and that's not stock or standard to this saw. So I do believe 100% somebody has, hey guys, don't look at that information. Nothing I can do about that. That was live. Don't call my customer. And say it one more time in case you weren't here earlier. For these throttle linkages on the 024s and 026s, it really is easiest just to remove it this way. Okay, so you take your one flathead screw out of this trigger cover here. Okay, and then bring that up. Okay, and then just be careful because that might go flying on you. Okay, that one did not. It's stuck in there nice and goopy. Yeah, it's in there good. Okay, so we'll remove that. You can always take your screw and just kind of screw it back in a couple of threads so you don't lose it. And then take your throttle linkage out there. And these carburetors tend to get kind of stuck. So a lot of times you have to pry them. Once I get it loose is when I remove my fuel line typically. Okay, this definitely is an aftermarket fuel line. Take that off. Okay, and then like I said earlier, the steel specifically says in the manual to remove these grommets before you put your test flange on, which doesn't make sense to me. Because I would think you want to make sure there's not an air leak there the way it's set up when the saw is going to be in operation. But I just do what it says to do. I have tested it with these on before and had the same results. It didn't air leak, so I don't know. Okay, and then we'll grab our specialty flange once more. This will be the last saw. The chainsaw redeemer needs to go take a hot shower and lay down. I hurt really bad. And then I don't know. I feel like I'm probably going to be in bed tomorrow. I had to spend Friday and Saturday and half of today in bed recovering from my work I did last week on Thursday. And that happens to me a lot. Usually 1 to 3 days in bed after I have a long day of work. Especially when I do hard labor like framing and my construction and everything. Damn it. Stay folded tag. Okay, so there's that. Now we need to go over here on our muffler side. And go ahead and... Where'd my impact go? Here you are. And get our muffler off. Oh yes, that's got Phillips head screws on one side. This is somebody that's definitely been in this saw. We got a Phillips head screw over here. At least it's the right pitch, right thread. Okay, muffler cover. Oh look, his muffler cover broke when I took that Phillips head screw out. Nothing I can do about that either. We'll just use a washer there or something if we do work on the saw. Let's see what our piston looks like. Our recoil doesn't work, okay. Piston looks good. It's kind of dull, but nothing wrong with it. This saw probably could use new rings, but we'll see. I really should be doing compression tests on these before I take them apart, because our piston looks fine, but that doesn't mean that the compression's not low. So, you know, if compression's low and the saw's getting weak on power, it could need re-ringed. So the hopeful thing is, you know, I'll explain that to Terry that, hey, I don't often do compression tests. We'll see what it's like after the saw has been worked on. And just explain to him that, you know, if we have a weak saw after all this work, we might have to pay the labor for changing piston rings, which it won't be a whole new set of labor. It will just be, okay, this is what the labor would have been if we did this from the get. So it won't cost him extra money. Dirty threads. Really dirty threads, damn. Okay, that's probably over tightened, but we'll see how it works. Once more, grab our mighty vac here, and we'll hook it up to our flange and start with pressure. And right away, we have no pressure accumulating, so start by checking our attachments and our spark plug, the easily accessible stuff. Don't see anything obvious on these. Okay. Don't see anything obvious. Don't see us leaking here. Or a little more back there. I see nothing. Put this up so that we can better hold water on the bottom of our flange here and our attachments. Move our fuel line out of the way. I see nothing leaking there, which once again means now we've got to dig into our saw and hope that we don't find that we have a leak at our attachments and are just missing it. Our recoil would have to come off anyways. Yeah, he's missing screws from all these saws. The other one we had on this one, bear with me a moment, neighbors. Let's see, 150, that's 450, 525. Okay. That would be 2 recoil screws there that are missing. And this is a good thing, you know, all his saws are on this live event. I can say, here you go, neighbor, if you've got 4 hours, you can sit down and look at all the diagnostics on your saws and see that I'm being honest and fair with you. His recoil is blown apart. It absolutely needs a spool. That is just blown apart and bad. The dog, the paw is kind of damaged, might need replaced. This needs replaced, it's broken. The washer is good, it's not broken. So he needs a recoil spool plus paw and clip. So I'll have to look up price on that. Let's go ahead and remove our flywheel and see if we've got a leak at this crankshaft seal or our intake boot or anything else. Before I pull the flywheel, let me just go ahead and check for air leak on our intake boot and everything. Don't see anything obvious. Let's go where our impulse hooks up to our case down there. No leaks, no obvious leaks anyways, but the saw is really dirty and grummed up, so sometimes that hides the air leak and makes it difficult to see. If you do have an air leak, it makes it difficult to see the bubbles. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our flywheel off here real quick. Chainsaw Redeemer wants to be done. Wow, really? Did I not remove our flywheel? No, I did not. I'm doing myself dirty. Holy shit. Doing myself real dirty. I'll be damned. Okay. Did myself dirty. Did myself real dirty there. I'm surprised that screwed on with the flywheel nut on. Okay, let's try this again, neighbors. I made a mistake there. Sorry I did us dirty. Okay, there's our flywheel nut. Oh, it's right there. CK case bottom. Check case bottom for leak. What do you mean the case bottom? Do you mean the crankshaft or the crankcase gasket there, Norton? Because usually I check the crankshaft seals first, because you have to remove the tank to properly see all of the crankcase gasket, and I prefer not to have to do that. There we go. That's better. So, got our flywheel off. Go ahead and put our nut on our flywheel so we don't lose it. There we go. Get that out of our way. Yeah, this looks pretty dirty over here, but it doesn't look super dirty like the other one did. But yeah, we are leaking there. 100%. So, I'm not even going to go further on the other side. I'm done. This is going to be diagged as replacing crankshaft seals. Air leak. And this piston looked okay on this one. Yep. So, that's pretty much going to be it, you guys. I've got to take some more notes on this and kind of get together, basically calling my customer. So what will happen next is, a lot of times if a customer only has one piece of equipment here, I try my best to to go ahead and give them hold of them while the stuff's on my bench. Because the thing is, I hate having to take a saw off a bench and put it all into a container in a bin, and then I might forget where I'm at, even if I take notes. And so it's always best to try and get an answer from the customer if they want to have the work done. And that way I can do it right there. But it doesn't always work out that way, especially because some days I work late at night. And this guy is an older guy, so at 9 o'clock when I was finished with his first saw, I sent him a text message, but I don't want to call him. So basically what I'll do is tomorrow I'll call him and tell him everything that needs done on every saw and what the estimates would be, and decide if he wants to proceed from there, because right now basically he's only at $50 diag fees, and I'm not like the dealerships that will hand him his saw in pieces like this. If he doesn't want the work done, I will go ahead and put the saw back together before he picks it up, and his diag fee will still just be $50. But you guys see the extent that I go to for a $50 bill. Other shops do not do this. A lot of people would have serviced this saw and then started it and tuned it in, if they could get it tuned in. With these air leaks are bad on these crankshaft seals on these saws, so it might not have gotten tuned in right. But if the saw ran and idled, they would never cut with it, and it would go home to the customer, and then the customer would either have their saw blow up, or they'd go to cut with it, and because it's got a major air leak, just because it started and idled in a mechanic shop doesn't mean it's going to cut. They're going to go to cut, and the saw is going to bog out on them or die on them in the cut, and then they end up having to bring it back to the shop. And a lot of times the shop's going to charge you a whole new, just like your saw wasn't even there, they're going to charge you a base price, and then they're going to charge you the hourly to do the job, and they're not going to give you credit for what they've already done. So I'm not saying that's all shops, but a lot of shops, small engine shops, that's what they do. A lot of small engine mechanics that work for dealerships are in a bind because they can't cut with saws. Most of them do not have the option to go outside and cut. My local dealerships, Husqvarna, Echo, and Steel, in a 40 or 50 mile radius of me, actually, none of them have wood for their mechanics to cut with, and that's not right, because if you're going to work on a saw, you need to cut with it. And again, this is why I go to check for air leaks right away. I could have went and serviced this saw right now, and then I put all those parts on it. So say I spend my $50 minimum labor, and then I put a $12.50 carb kit on, and I put a $6.50 air filter in, and I put a $8.50 fuel line in, and you know, all those little parts, and then I put a $6.50 spark plug in, and then my neighbor's got a bill for say $85, but then I go to start and run the saw and it doesn't run right. Well, then I say, okay, I've got to go back in and do a vac pressure test, and I do that, and I find an air leak, and my neighbor now has all these parts on his saw, and if he doesn't want to spend that extra, say, $100 in labor to go in and replace crankshaft seals or to go in and replace piston rings, etc., well, I've got all these new parts on this saw and all this time I put into this saw, and I can't really say, well, neighbor, your bill's $95 even though your saw doesn't run. I think that's wrong. I cannot do that. For me, I cannot do it. That's why most of the time, especially on steels, because I know them so well, and because I have a lot of the steel specialty tools, those I almost always am going to do a vac pressure test during my diagnostics. Bubble gum for air leaks. I like that. And again, that just, to me, saves me money in the future and saves me headaches and saves me pissed off customers. So that's why I do it that way. Just go ahead and eliminate the possibility of air leaks, or verify that there is an air leak, because then you're not putting the time and effort into servicing a saw that's not going to run right anyways. So that's going to be it. I hope those of you that are here right now, I know some of you just came in or may be popping back in and were here earlier. I just want to thank all of you guys for your support. And this live event was just so people could hang out, kind of see what my day might look like on a typical day when I'm doing saws. And then some days I'm just washing saw parts all day, and in between saw parts I'll organize or list stuff on eBay. But this is a diagnostics day. This is what I do. I just take saws and diag them, and then I can find out if my customer wants to have them worked on. All of these saws, if they didn't have air leaks, like this 034, I already know I'm working on that because it doesn't have any air leaks, and so it just needs serviced. And he 100%, if the saws just need serviced, wanted them worked on. So now I need to get verification, because between these three saws with his parts and everything, These two 026s and this 024, he's probably looking at over $600 to fix all three of these saws. Do I think it's worth it? Absolutely. I personally think he should purchase my redemption package, because that includes me just tearing your entire saw down and cleaning the shit out of it. I'll do it all in an ultrasonic. We clean everything. We replace every little part that you need, but it's a very set labor rate. It's set. The labor is set no matter what I have to do. I set it at a specific number depending on the model of the saw, and that means you get your saw all cleaned up too. But a lot of people are like, no, I don't want to spend that extra money. It's not that much extra. And when your saw is this dirty, you got to pay a cleaning fee. So you should just get the damn redemption package. Anyways, that's it. Thank you, all you neighbors. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. You guys are fucking awesome. You make my life better. You make my life easier. Everybody that was here in the beginning and didn't finish out, I hope you get to say, well, I remember leaving at about 2 hours and come in at 2 hours and watch the ending of the video, and then leave some comments, because it won't be live anymore. It will just be a public video on the channel under the live column. So until next time, neighbors, be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle. I love all you guys, even though I really fucking suck at it. Hashtag persevere, right? You only fail if you quit. So let's keep persevering, neighbors. Yeah, that's right. You gotta say, okay, yo, 26, god damn it. You're a bitch. I'm gonna clean you. I'm gonna make you better. I'm gonna redeem the shit out of you, saw. That's what I want to do to all of them. But my neighbors don't want to pay that extra $25 or $35. They don't realize in the long run, it's cheaper to do the redemption package than to just pay me, say, no, I don't want the redemption package. God damn it. Norton, love you, neighbor. We'll see you next time. Damn it. Guy that said bubblegum for air leaks, what did you say your name was, neighbor? Shit, I forgot. Can you tell me your name again? Damn it, what was your name? Please tell me your name. You asked about the 064 piston and everything. You put your name in the comments and I forgot. Norton, I'm never good, neighbor, but I'll try. He must have left already. Damn it, I forgot his fucking name. Let me go in the comments and see. He said it earlier. Let's see. He had an I. Must be before that. Indiana. No, that's not it. I know he told me his damn name. Let's see. Good night, neighbors. New subscriber. Can't find his damn name. Oh, Bigfoot. My name is not Bigfoot. My name is Daryl. Okay, his name is Daryl. We've got another Daryl. Okay, that's it, neighbors. I'm out.